and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Clover Stadium, the home of your New York Boulders. The Frontier League promotes good sportsmanship by athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Inappropriate actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Clover Stadium. Upon entering the stadium, the Boulders reserve the right to use any photographs taken in any publications, including website entries, without payment or other consideration. The concourse of Clover Stadium is a strict no-smoking area, including electronic cigarettes, vape, and smokeless tobacco. The approved smoking area is located adjacent to the main gate. Any patron found smoking inside the ballpark will be asked to leave the premises. Clover Stadium has a strict no re-entry policy. Fans exiting the gates will not be permitted back into the ballpark unless instructed by a member of the Boulders staff or in case of emergency. Also, fans, a reminder that only players and game-authorized personnel are permitted on the field at all times unless otherwise instructed. Any unauthorized person accessing the field area will be subject to removal from Clover Stadium and/or prosecution. Your cooperation with these policies is greatly appreciated. Upon entering Clover Stadium, please be aware of your surroundings, as balls, bats, and other objects may enter the stands at any time and at a high rate of speed. Fans assume all risks related to the operations of the game. For anyone in need of medical assistance, the First Aid Station, brought to you by Dynarex, is located on the concourse behind Section 110. Contact the nearest usher for assistance or report directly to the First Aid Station. Thank you, and please enjoy the game. Never miss a pitch from your team again. With FloBaseball, you'll have access to all Frontier League events this season. Visit FloBaseball.tv to catch all the action and archived footage of the event. That's FLOBaseball.tv. Fidelis Care offers quality, affordable health insurance coverage for children and adults of all ages and at all stages of life. Call 1-888-FIDELIS or visit fideliscare.org. And fans, don't forget, the Fidelis Care Food Drive for People to People runs through tomorrow, August 10th, right here at Clover Stadium. All who make a donation will receive a free voucher for any Tuesday.
I'm Sheriff Lou Falco. If you see something, say something. Don't keep it to yourself. Report it. Help me help you keep our community safe.
After select Sunday home games this season, kids 13 and under can run the bases courtesy of Bardonia Pediatrics. Bardonia Pediatrics, a division of Boston Children's Health Physicians, always supports children staying active. Have a great time running the bases, stay healthy, and go Boulders!
Guys, listen up. Before you step out into the night, I want you to designate a driver. Because great times don't happen without that guy. He's the guy who makes sure you don't act like an idiot in front of the cute girl across the room. He buys her a Budweiser and says it's from you. And then, at the end of the best night of your life, he makes sure you get her home safely. So raise high your bud for the hero of the night, the designated driver. Great times await. Grab some bud.
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Be on the lookout for today's IHOP Pancake Batter of the Game. If that batter strikes out at any point in tonight's game, all fans in attendance will receive a voucher for a free short stack of pancakes with a minimum $10 purchase at IHOP in Ramsey, New Jersey, or Monroe, New York. For every strikeout thrown by a Boulders pitcher at home, a donation of $5 in pet food and supplies to High Tor Animal Care Center will be made by the Duke of Oil with a matching donation from the Boulders Community Fund. If the Boulders score 5 or more runs and win at home, all fans in attendance will receive a coupon for a buy one, get one regular sub at select Jersey Mike's locations.
Murphy to the plate. High towering drive, deep right center field. That ball back at the track on its way. She's gone! And we might have somebody winning a Mercedes-Benz.
The winner is Pam Raines. Pam Raines of Tapan, New York.
All right, congratulations.
Pam.
Pam Raines. Rich Hess, owner, dealer, principal of Mercedes-Benz of Nanuet. Rockland Boulders team president Sean Riley and director of security Jeff Rinaldi presiding over the festivities. Congratulations to Pam.
Congratulations, Pam.
And fans, for your chance to win a brand new Mercedes-Benz, make sure you sign up behind section 107 tonight and throughout the season. If a Boulders home run ball hits the Mercedes-Benz star in right center field on the fly and you're selected, you'll go home with a brand new vehicle. Mercedes-Benz of Nanuet. It's not business, it's personal. Today's 50-50 is brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Ramsey, New Jersey, with proceeds going to the Boulders Community Fund. Purchase your 50-50 raffle tickets and watch the jackpot grow on our Boulder Vision board. Just visit our sales table behind section 107 or find one of our raffle ticket sellers walking along the concourse. From the team at Chick-fil-A in Ramsey, New Jersey, we look forward to serving you at our concession stand located in the park or at our restaurant located off Route 17. Stop by for the original hand-breaded chicken sandwich.
If you dig, you dig NY. Safe digging starts here. You Dig NY proudly represents excavation safety at this New York Boulders game. Visit udigny.org to learn how to place a location request online or by calling 811 before starting your next outdoor digging project. You Dig NY is the place where all safe digging in upstate New York starts.
And we add this and a lot of this. Some of these. And don't forget the The result? Your taste buds will be doing their touchdown dance. It's not just a hoagie. It's a primo.
Tonight's seat upgrade winners are presented by Christopher J. O'Connor, your certified public accountant. Call 888-272-8005 or visit them online at chrisoconnorcpa.com. For the remainder of the season, the Boulders Community Fund and Fidelis Care will be making a donation to People for every Boulders home run hit at Clover Stadium.
Global Collision and Body Works. Got into an accident? Don't worry, we will take care of your vehicle. Collision, painting, 24/7 towing, new tires, mechanical works, and all kind of repairs. We guarantee all work. Global Collision and Body Works. All work performed according to manufacturer's specifications. Global Collision and Body Works.
The charge is on. Are you ready? Orange and Rockland is accelerating the move toward electric vehicle ownership by connecting hundreds of new public charging stations for little to no cost with their Power Ready program. Qualified commercial electric customers can learn more at oru.com/powerready. Today's league leaders are brought to you by Deloitte, Audit, Consulting, Advisory, and Tax Services. Today's Frontier League standings are brought to you by Christopher J. O'Connor, CPA.
Hey, check me into Sport Clips.
Take a picture in our big Boulders Adirondack chair near the team store, post it on social media with the hashtag Highland Medical, and you have a chance to see your picture on our Boulder Vision board. Pregame parades and Boulders baseball buddies are brought to you by Dave and Buster's. Today's Paint the Plate is presented by Wall Hour Paint and Hardware of Nanuet and sponsored by Benjamin Moore. And now, fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the area in front of the Boulders dugout. Please welcome Frontier League Deputy Commissioner Steve Tasler, who's on hand to present this week's Frontier League Player of the Week award to the Boulders, Chris Kuitzer. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Clover Stadium for tonight's Frontier League contest between the visiting Tri-City ValleyCats and your New York Boulders. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Polaris Healthcare. Polaris Healthcare, your care, our mission. And now let's meet today's starting lineups and batting orders first for the visiting Tri-City ValleyCats. Leading off playing second base, number 6, Cito Culver. Batting second and catching, number 12, Oscar Campos. Batting third, the third baseman, number 8, Ian Walters. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, 22, Aaron Tri-City ValleyCats is Pete Incaviglia. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineup and batting order for your New York Boulders. Leading off playing center field, number 7, Austin Dennis. Batting second, the second baseman, number 4, Tucker Nathans. Batting third, the left fielder, number 10, Patrick Kivlahan. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 1, Tom Walraven. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 9, Chris Kuitzer. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 13, Gabriel Garcia. Batting seventh and catching, number 12, Joe DeLuca. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 26, Matt McDermott. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 27, David Vinsky. Tonight's starting pitcher is number 28, Andy Hammond. And the manager of your New York Boulders is T.J. Stanton. Ceremonial pregame pitches are presented by Clarkstown Coin and Jewelry in Nanuet, celebrating 50 years as Rockland's premier precious metals dealer. Fans, in recognition of Wallhour and Emily Klein's generous support for the amazing work of Habitat for Humanity, throwing out tonight's ceremonial pregame pitch is Harlem Little League's Felix Provenzano. Now, please welcome former Tampa Bay Rays scout Jonathan Castillo. And now, please welcome the East Coast Conference Coach of the Year and head softball coach at St. Thomas Aquinas College, Kristen Sullivan. Tonight's umpires are presented by Rockland Community College. Here's tonight's umpiring crew. Behind home plate, Joe Cruz. At first base, Dave Sherman. And at third base, John Lamatina. Tonight's lineup card exchange is presented by Hudson Spectacles. Keep your eyes on the ball with Hudson Spectacles, Rockland County's premier family choice for eyewear and eye care.
From the side like a god, I'm talking real guap. 23, 45 with the rock, I'm a lot. I am not what they think. I like it. I be filthy with the ricochet. She threw it at me, I hit it right down the straight away. I think that's how I ended up in the bay with this pain in my head. You know I came up from the bottom. You have no idea. You can't swipe through my store, no sir. Write my name in his store. Oh, what a night. Yeah, sing it. Almost had me down, came back to life. Who's gonna stop me now? Oh, what a night. Yeah. I can't even lie. What a time to be alive. Drinks in the sky. That's the
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here they are, your New York Boulders! Tonight's national anthem is brought to you by Clover. Attention small business owners, Clover's contactless point-of-sale solutions help serve your customers quicker than a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And now, fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove all caps and join us as we honor America and those who protect her both home and abroad with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner being performed tonight by Marta Rodriguez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Marta Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's Boulders defensive alignment is presented by the law office of Leonard J. Burbrower. Leading off from the Tri-City ValleyCats, the second baseman, number 6, Cito Culver.
Culver with a wide open stance. We're ready for the first pitch of this baseball game, which will come in at 7:07 p.m. It misses for a ball, and the count 1-0. Culver 1 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs in the series. Off the
bag at third is Garcia. Pitch coming. Here's a hard ground ball, middle of the infield. It squirts through for a base hit. So Cito Culver on with a leadoff single on the second pitch he's seen.
Culver took a big turn around first base.
The catcher, number 12, Oscar Campos.
Yellow diamonds in the light, and we're standing side by side as the shadow.
Pete and Cavilia's ValleyCats. As Hammond now will work from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. Middle infield shades at double play depth. Pitch coming. It's in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Here's the pitch from Andy. Line drive, squirts through into center field after taking a hop. It's a base hit. On to second goes Cito Culver, and Campos on with a single.
I got my money up, and I can't let go. I'm killing every.
The third baseman, number 8, Ian Walters.
Walters, a lefty hitter. Hammond from the stretch, first base side of the rubber, checks the runner over at second base. Here's a breaking ball that misses for a ball in the count 1-0. Joe Cruz calling the balls and strikes. Dave Sherman at first, John Lamatina over at third. Runners get their leads. ValleyCats threatening. Here's the pitch. Misses for a ball in the count 2.
So far for Hammond, the 2 strikes he's thrown have been sent into center field for singles.
Pitch on the way, outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Wind blowing out, mostly sunny night here at Clover Stadium. About an hour of daylight left, that's why I said mostly sunny. There's a pitch, in for a strike. And it's 3.
Be aggressive with your pitches towards the strike zone.
Culver over on second, Campos on first. DeLuca giving signals. Runners get their leads. Hammond from the first base side of the rubber. Ready to go. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? The appeal to third. No go. Bases loaded. No, Culver on to third. Campos up to second. And Walters on first with a walk.
I don't know what you've been told, but time is running.
The designated hitter, number 22, Aaron Altair.
I should be scared, honey, maybe so, but I ain't worried about it right now.
A laser just left in left field foul pole over the bridge bar.
Altair, 291, 12 home runs and 49 RBI. Sacks are packed for Tri-City. Pitch from Hammond, in for a strike, and the count 0-1.
First pitch strike. That wasn't hit into center field for Hammond tonight.
We'll see if Hammond can get out of this jam. Nobody out, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. That's a strike in the count, 0-2. Open stance for Altair. He's 1 for 3 in the series. Pitch from Andy. And misses. It's a ball, 1-2.
I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap.
Honestly, I still wouldn't throw him anything here that he could really set into the outfield.
Hammond still ahead in the count. Getting signals. DeLuca done now. Hammond to the plate. That's a ball. The count 2-2. Voltaire's 6'5", 215 pounds. Looks like he could be a small forward on a basketball team. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a big strikeout for Andy Hammond, one away with the bases loaded.
We talk about confidence so much with pitchers, especially after 2 early singles and then allowing a walk to load the bases with nobody out. You face down Tri-City's most dangerous hitter and you get him on strikes. That is a huge confidence builder for Hammond.
Here's Juan Kelly, the first baseman at 237, 5 home runs and 38 RBIs. Hammond not out of the woods yet. Culver on third, Campos on second, Walters on first. Andy goes to the plate, 3/4 swing and a miss, a strike, and the count 0-1. Kelly 0 for 4 yesterday, 336 on base percentage. Base hit, Tri-City will take the lead. Hammond takes a deep breath. To the plate he goes, pitch low and inside. It's 1-1.
If you're Andy Hammond, you'll love to generate some soft contact here. I mean, you got the corners playing back, especially Chris Quitzer. He's playing back almost to the grass. So they're going to allow that 1 run to score from third. He doesn't want anything down the line that could bring home more than 2.
Count even. Hammond from the stretch. Runners get their leads. Pitch low, backhanded by DeLuca. The count 2-1. Shadows creeping across left field. Hammond behind in the count. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball driven down the right field line. It's right along the line. Crossing over as Walraven makes the catch in the bullpen. Runner tagging from third. He'll score. And now they have the runner caught between first and second in a rundown. Runner heads in from third. He'll score. The runner tagged going back to first base.
I believe it's 2. It looks like they're going to call it a safe runner at home, I believe.
Yes, and it's a double play with the runner being tagged out, and the side is retired. So there you go. 2 in for Tri-City. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Boulders down 2 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Our philosophy is simple. The answer is yes. Now, what's the question? Our people make the difference. We're building a relationship, not conducting a transaction. We do business the way it's most convenient for you. It's not business, it's personal. It's not just a tagline. It's what we do every day. And if you haven't already, you really need to come and experience it for yourself. At Mercedes-Benz of Nanuet, it's not business, it's personal.
And fans, for your chance to win a brand new Mercedes-Benz, make sure you sign up behind section 107 tonight and throughout the season. If a Boulders home run ball hits the Mercedes-Benz star in right center field on the fly and you're selected, you'll go home with a brand new vehicle. Mercedes-Benz of Nanuet. It's not business.
All the outstanding cultural and educational resources of the city. For more info, call 866-4DC-INFO or visit dc.edu. That's dc.edu. Dominican College, Orangeburg, New York. Achievement every day.
Looking for a job that pays well with flexible hours? We have immediate openings for experienced school bus drivers in Rockland County. We also train new drivers. Want to learn more? Call Chestnut Ridge today at 845-356-2200 or visit chestnutridgetransportation.com. Ask about our special sign-on bonus, starting salaries of more than $20 an hour, and 401k plans with matching funds. That's 845-356-2200. Retirees are always welcome.
Seth and Andrew with you as we go to the bottom of the first with ValleyCats have a 2-0 lead. Andrew on a very wacky play.
Indeed, a very wacky play, a sac fly to right field, courtesy of Juan Kelly. And then they got the runner from first doubled up in between first and second, but he was able to stay alive long enough for Oscar Campos to come around and score, making this a 2-0 ValleyCats lead.
First batter for the Boulders is Austin Dennis, who takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Dennis at 216, no home runs, and 3 RBIs.
Get you the ValleyCats defense following Dennis's at-bat.
Pitch on the way, fouled off at home plate, and it's 0-2.
Austin Dennis coming off that long wrist injury that he had through most of the season. Still has some slight discomfort, especially on swings and misses.
Pitch fouled off at home plate. It's 0-2. Boulders down by 2. Pitch on the way, fouled off again at home plate. It stays 0-2. Dennis 0 for 3 in the series. Pitch from Warren. There's a liner fouled down the left field line. It stays 0-2 with nobody out.
Dennis still trying to readjust, still getting his at-bats in, trying to readjust to the speed of the pitching. Straightens that one out. That would have been a double down the line.
Pitch on the way, fouled off in the air, first base side. It stays 0-2. Fastball high off the glove of Campos, back to the screen. It's 1-2 with nobody out.
Mentioned in the pregame, right-hander for the ValleyCats, Brack 1-3 win-loss record, a 3.82 ERA through 37 2/3 innings of pitching. He is on for his 21st appearance of the year.
Pitch coming, breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2. Third baseman Walters back near the line. Warren goes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Dennis lost the bat. There's strike 3, 1 down.
The ValleyCats defense is presented by Budweiser. Outfield left to right, Briggs, Smith, Goldfarb. The infield left to right, Walters, Parks, Culver, and Kelly. The catcher is Campos behind the plate.
Here's Tucker Nathans at .328, 11 home runs and 52 RBIs. 0 for 3 in the series with an RBI. Warren delivers a fastball. That's a strike, and the count 0-1.
Warren definitely a right-hander. He relies a lot on his fastball. Works in a slider and a curve, mainly a fastball slider pitcher. Heater sits in around the mid-90s, but tops out around 99.
There's a looper foul over the screen. It's 0-2.
And Warren has modified his pitches this season based on his role. This is only his second official start. He's been a bulk reliever at times for the ValleyCats, so you'd imagine the game that he's starting, if he's expecting to go deep, he's probably going to lower the velocity of that fastball a skosh. We're probably not going to see it get up to 99.
Boulders down 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Warren fires high and outside. It's 1-2. Boulders at 40-30. ValleyCats 45-28. Middle game of the 3-game series. That wraps up tomorrow at 7. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called. There's the second out of the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Warren. And that'll bring up Patrick Kivlahan, the left fielder.
Patrick Kivlahan, last night's player of the game for the Boulders. He had 2 3-run home runs in game 1 of the series. What a better time to bring up the Boulders Power Report presented by Polaris Healthcare. Polaris Healthcare, your care, our mission. The Boulders are 5th in the Frontier League with home runs. They have 83 of them. First in doubles with 154.
Breaking ball misses. It's 1-0. Kivlahan, a .397 on-base percentage. Warren, from the first base side of the rubber, goes to the plate. Pitch lined off the screen. It's 1-1.
Kivlahan has been white hot as of lately. Started out the season fantastic. Had a little bit of a downward issue past the All-Star break, coming out of the break, but he has since righted the ship, and he has been cooking on all cylinders as an offensive bat.
Warren to the plate. Pitches low. 2 balls and a strike.
Boulders leader in home runs with 16 on the season.
Pitch on the way. Kivlehan thought about it, but held his 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Boulders down 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and the count runs full.
Yeah, full count here. We'll see what Warren does. He might ramp up that heater one more time. See if he challenges PK here.
Liner off the net. It stays 3-2 with 2 outs.
Yeah, he went with the heater. Definitely his best pitch. We'll see if he goes back to it again. He also has his slider, which sits in about the high 80s. Sits around 86.
Third baseman Walters near the line as Warren goes to the plate. PK fouls it off first base side. It's 3-2 with 2 outs, and the Boulders down by 2. Pitch on the way. Inside, ball 4. So Kivlehan takes a walk, and that'll bring up Tom Walraven, the right fielder.
And great at bat there by PK, just staying alive till he got a pitch he liked. He never saw the pitch he really liked. Was able to take ball 4 there and extend this inning for the Boulders.
Walraven, 266, 13 home runs, 9th in the league with 58 RBIs. Walraven, a closed stance. Warren from the stretch goes to the plate. Walraven takes a strike and the count 0-1.
As we mentioned in the pregame show, Tom Walraven tied for first in the Frontier League with doubles, 24 of them. Tied with Dakota Phillips of Evansville.
Kivlehan gets his lead. Warren to the plate. Pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Walraven, the cleanup batter. 355 on base percentage. Kivlehan heads for second. He got a big jump. Ground ball in the hole, right field, base hit. Kivlehan getting the stop sign over at third, and Tom Walraven on with a single. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for the Boulders.
Kind of an unorthodox hit and run there. Kivlehan was not being held on much at all, and he got a massive lead, a big jump, which distracted the second baseman Culver and allowed for that single to get through the right side, and Kivlehan goes first to third.
Here's Chris Quitzer at 320, 5 home runs and 35 RBIs. 1 for 4 in the series. So the Boulders in business, lead run at the plate, and Chris Quitzer. First pitch of the at-bat coming. In for a strike, a fastball, and the count 0-1. Lights are on. About 45 minutes left of daylight. Runners get their leads. Here's the pitch, fouled off the screen. It's 0-2 to Chris.
Quitzer, another Boulders bat, has been white hot as of late, really catching his stride in the end part of the season.
Runners on first and third. Warren from the stretch to the plate. Quitzer fouls it off the sweet level. It stays 0-2. Lefty hitter, a step up in the box. Throw back to first. Walraven dives in safely. It stays 0-2 with 2 outs.
It was a dangerous throw there just as the sun's setting over the third base side. The sun right now would be right in the first baseman's eye line.
It's very tough for that side of the infield, yes indeed. Pitch on the way. Defensive swing, liner foul off the third base net. And it stays 0-2. Boulders trail at 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Middle game of this 3-game series, which wraps up tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Hope you can join us for that. Warren to the plate. Breaking ball bounced to first. Gobbled up by Kelly. Steps on the bag and the side retired. We go to the top of the second inning in Pomona. Tri-City 2, New York nothing on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Tonight's lucky seat of the game is presented by 6 Feet Handle. Tonight's lucky winner is in section 113, row F, seat 12. Congratulations from 6 Feet Handles in New City.
Bring out the fire in you by joining Spring Valley Hook and Ladder Company #1. Learn how to volunteer and become one of us. Call the Fire Training Center at 845-364-8800. 364-8800.
With Emerald Medicare, Boulders baseball isn't the only place you can hit a home run. We're on first, checking your doctors. On second, checking your medication. On third, helping you come to a planned decision. Taking you all the way home. Ensuring all your benefits match your health needs and budget. From first base to home plate, licensed agent Mark Brownstein and his team are here to educate and guide you through all of your Medicare needs. Call your local Medicare specialist today at 845-358-1220. 358-1220.
Want to make your mornings more exciting and stay informed all at the same time? Tune into the morning show with Jeff and Will weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. where we'll keep you up to date on all the latest and greatest local and national news while you're on your way to work or wherever you happen to be. All from right here in Rockland County. That's the morning show with Jeff and Will weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on WRCR at AM 1700 and WRCR.com.
Innings make for great outings. Let the Boulders host your next event at Clover Stadium in suburban New York City. To book your party, call 845-364-0009. We go to the top of the second inning. At Clover Stadium, Jacob Goldfarb, Lamar Briggs, and Tanner Smith do up 6, 7, and 8 for the ValleyCats. Andy Hammond back on the mound after giving up 2 runs in the top of the first. Pitches high a ball in the count 1-0. Goldfarb at 272, 10 home runs, and 49 RBIs. Hammond from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, the count 1-1.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 strikes away.
Strikeout batter of the game for IHOP. You know what happens. We don't need to tell you if he goes down looking or swinging. There's a pop-up foul, third base side. It's 1-2.
If you want 1 strike away, and you can join in if you want IHOP. Pancakes, pancakes, pancakes.
Shadows creeping across center field now. Hammond to the plate. There's a fastball that's high. It's 2-2. There's a high pop, foul ground, third base side. Garcia near the railing, reaches over, makes the catch right up against the railing for the first out of the inning. Nice play, 1 down.
A nice hustle play there by Garcia. The Boulders did a great job last time out yesterday, limiting this great offensive attack of the Tri-City ValleyCats. At the top of the league in a lot of statistics. Hits, runs, they're both in second. Third in the league in home runs. They have 104 of them this year. They're 478 in terms of RBIs.
Here's Lamar Briggs, the left fielder. Pitching for a strike and the count 0-1. 319 hitter, 3 home runs, and 21 RBIs. Boulders down 2-0 in the top of the second. Hammond goes to the plate. Pitches high, 1 ball, and 1 strike. Swing and a miss at a fastball. And the count 1-2.
Hammond looking much more comfortable here to start the second than he did in the top of the first.
Pitch coming. That misses for a ball. It's 2-2. Wind blowing out, very gusty. Hammond ready to go. Boulders down by 2 runs. There's a bouncer foul. Third base dugout. Pitch on the way. That's inside. Ball 3, and the count runs full with 1 out in the top of the second inning. There's a hard ground ball in the hole left side, base hit. O'Kivlahan gets it. He'll toss it in, so Lamar Briggs on with a 1-out single.
Great at that there by Briggs, battling back, staying in the count, found one he likes and put it right in the hole over on the left side of the infield.
That'll bring up Tanner Smith. He's the center fielder at 286. No home runs and 8 RBIs. Boulders down by 2.
Smith did not play last night.
Halfway to third is Garcia, middle infield. At double play depth, pitch rides high, the count 1-0.
As ValleyCats appear to operate a form of a platoon in center field. They have Hallmark against lefties and Smith against right-handers.
Hammond from the stretch, first base side of the rubber, turns and fires back to first, diving in safely as Briggs, who's 6 out of 7 in stolen bases this year. Briggs out to his lead, relatively short, gets a secondary lead. Line drive smacked into left center field. Kivlahan goes over to get it, makes the play, fires it back in. Back to first base goes Briggs, 2 outs.
The shortstop, number 13.
I'll bring up Pavin Parks, the shortstop at 221, 8 home runs and 43 RBIs. Join the Boulders Thursday, August 17th against Empire State at 7 o'clock for Conservation Awareness Night presented by Veolia. Parks waits for the pitch, loops it foul, third base side out of play. It's 0-1. The first 500 fans get a Fun in the Sun kit, which includes a waterproof smartphone case, lip balm, and a koozie. For tickets, slide to nyboulders.com. I had no idea how popular those waterproof smartphone cases are.
Be amazed how often people are dropping their cell phones in wet places.
The man who invented those is probably living on some island somewhere and doing very well for himself.
Oh, I would have to imagine so.
Well, here's a meeting at the mound as DeLuca goes out and talks to Hammond. Boulders down 2-0, 0-1 with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Now the infield, well, Tucker Nathans comes in from second base.
You mentioned the waterproof phone cases. There's always so many menial products that you look at them at the time when they first come out and everybody says, oh, that'll never work. Why would you buy that? There's no reason to own something like that. And then a few years down the road, suddenly they're everywhere.
Yeah, very popular now. I was first introduced to it when I took my daughter to Great Wolf Lodge. Everyone was wearing them. I'm old-fashioned. You know what? I'm on vacation. I go in the pool. I leave my phone aside. I don't want to bring it in the water with me. I mean, I know you want to take pictures and everything, but, you know.
Yeah, I understand that.
I don't want to be bogged down with text messages and work emails while I'm on vacation. Pitch bounces in the dirt. As DeLuca can't find it now, he goes to get it. No advance by the runner. And the count 1-1.
I remember when things like the iPod and the iPad came out and people were like, oh, you're never going to use this. Why would anybody want to download music and carry it around with them?
Well, I come from the days of Napster, my friend. Have you heard of Napster?
I have heard of Napster.
That was the thing when I was a student at Ithaca College. Pitch in the dirt, grabbed by DeLuca. It's 2-1. You'd leave your computer running, go to class for a few hours, download MP3s. Throw back to first. Quitzer replies for tag late. Oh, it stays 2-1 with 2 outs. Boulders down by 2. Kevin Tuvey knows what Napster is, right? Kevin's shaking his head yes. Kevin was a big Napster guy, our chief scout. Still is. Mike Zacchio, too. Time called. Pavin Parks, the batter, the shortstop. Lefty hitter. Tri-City leads 2-0. 2-1, 2 outs, top of the second inning. Hammond, ready to go. Runner breaks for second. Here's the pitch. Line drive foul. First base seats a lookout down there. And it's 2-2.
We always remind fans to keep alert as balls and bats can enter their sections at high speeds. That one was hit at a very high speed over towards the first base side.
The Junior Broadcaster Competition presented by the New York 529 College Savings Program is open. Submissions will be accepted until Thursday, August 17th, with the winner making an appearance on the Boulders Broadcast Network later this month. Kids can email me, scantor at nyboulders.com. Pitch on the way in the dirt as it rolls in front of DeLuca, and the runner takes second base. So the count 3-2. Just to finish up, email me, scantor, C-A-N-T-O-R, at nyboulders.com. Contestants will be asked to provide their name, age, location, and a one-paragraph essay explaining why they want to be a broadcaster. Ages 10 to 17 are eligible.
Fantastic opportunity for a young person to get some great experience.
So Briggs taking second on a wild pitch. There's a looper over Hammond's head. It's going to roll into shallow center field, a base hit. Getting the green light is Briggs. He will score over on first with an RBI single as Pavin Parks, his 44th run batted in, and Tri-City takes a 3-0 lead.
Just a very slow-moving ground ball. No real chance for Austin Dennis. If somebody in the infield wasn't going to be able to come up with it, there was no chance Dennis was going to be able to get the runner at home.
The second baseman, number 6,
Cito Culver comes up. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Two in the first for Tri-City, 1 in the second. Pitch on the way, in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Culver started the game at .303, 11 home runs, and 44 RBIs. Wearing the red spikes in the batter's box. Wide open stance. Hammond to the plate. There's a high pop. Left field. Can of corn for Kivelhan. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. Tri-City tacks on another run. We go to the bottom of the second. Boulders trailing at 3-0 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Tonight's veteran of the game.
If you or a loved one has a chronic illness or disability that requires care at home, Bridges can help. Our consumer and meet with a friend or relative to provide the care you need.
Knowing that my child is nonverbal, I have to be able to trust the people that are in my home providing the support.
We ask that you please rise. So we salute and thank you for your service.
Medicine is the trusted provider for Hudson Valley residents following surgery, traumatic injury, or disabling illness. For over 120 years, Helen Hayes Hospital has offered superior care and access to services that can only be found at a comprehensive rehab hospital. 24/7 medical care, state-of-the-art rehab technology, a full spectrum of outpatient services, and so much more. Top doctors recommend Helen Hayes Hospital for even their most complex cases, and patients consistently recommend Helen Hayes Hospital to their families and friends. Learn how you can experience the power of rehabilitation at Helen Hayes Hospital. Call 1-888-70-REHAB to schedule a tour or visit helenhayeshospital.org. Helen Hayes Hospital, where hope has a home.
The Boulders and Clover are proud to celebrate our country's heroes. All active servicemen, women, and veterans get 50% off up to 4 tickets with ID at the box office. And attention small business owners, Clover's contactless point-of-sale solutions help you serve your customers quicker than a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Gabriel Garcia, Joe DeLuca, Matt McDermott do up for the red, white, and blue, who are wearing just blue this evening. Seth Cantor, Andrew Van Cura with you. Boulders with some work to do, trailing at 3-0 in the bottom of the second. Fastball high to Gabe, and the count 1-0.
The reverse of yesterday's early morning contest. The Boulders took the lead early in that one. They'll be playing from behind here, but they did play from behind yesterday en route to a 12-6 victory.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
And that started with this half of the order. Really the man on deck and those who follow him, and Joe DeLuca, Matt McDermott, and David Vinsky.
Walters, the third baseman, near the line. Pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strike to Garcia. Tri-City with 2 in the first, 1 in the second. As Warren goes to the plate, fastball, wet upstairs, swing and a miss. Strike 2, and the count 2-2.
Gabe Garcia really stepped up for the Boulders this season when Matt McDermott went down with injury, playing out of position over at shortstop. Multiple stretches.
Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up, middle of the infield. Culver, the second baseman, near the bag, puts it away for the first out. That'll bring up Joe DeLuca, the catcher, at 239, 13 home runs and 33 RBIs.
He smashed his 13th home run yesterday right over the Kona big wave sign. And this 7, 8, 9 spot of the Boulders order yesterday was incredible. As mentioned during the keys of the game, they combined to go 7 for 12 with 5 RBIs and 2 walks, no strikeouts.
Warren goes to the plate. DeLuca drops down a bunt foul along the third base line. The count 0-1.
So close to a really great bunt. DeLuca identifies the third baseman playing well back. If that stayed in fair ground, DeLuca was in there easily at first. I don't know if it's just me. This was prevalent at least when I played. I batted left-handed, so seeing the ball from that side of the batter's box, especially against a right-handed pitcher, it always felt easier to lay down a bunt to me.
That's a good point. Boulders Baseball, sponsored in part by Montefiore Einstein, Science and Medicine, Advancing Human Health. Warren ahead in the count. DeLuca swinging this time. He misses. The count 0-2.
Usually heard about switch hitters. They have 2 sides, obviously left and right. One side usually a contact side, one side a power side. DeLuca definitely more of a power hitter from the left-handed side of the plate.
Pitch is low, 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Boulders down 3-0, bottom 2. Joe's got a close stance, swaying in the batter's box. Pitch on the way, popped it up. A mile high, first base side. Kelly in foul ground on the track near the railing. Backs up, makes the catch for the second out.
Always hard playing by the wall or playing by the railing, especially when you're not in your home ballpark. All looked like it had a little bit of backspin on it as it was coming back on Kelly.
Here's Matt McDermott, the shortstop, at 332, which is 9th in the league. 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 RBIs and 2 doubles. On his lead tippy toe, wearing the black spikes, Warren goes to the plate. Pitch squirts through Campos, and the count 1-0 as it rolls back to the screen. McDermott, a .415 on base percentage, the 8th place hitter for New York. Pitch coming. McDermott fouls it off at home plate. It's 1-1.
Matty Mack, 9th in the Frontier League in batting average, batting .332 entering this evening. He was propelled by that good day yesterday. Multiple doubles.
Pitch on the way. Line drive, slice down the right field line. That's a base hit. It rolls into the bullpen, fair ball. McDermott heading for second as Goldfarb, the right fielder, gets it. Now he's digging for third. The throw cut off. And Matt McDermott, his 3rd triple of the year.
And Matty Mac turning on the wheels on that one. A laser down the first base line, just landed left of the foul line, really close, but a good call there by first base umpire Dave Sherman. Saw that all the way, and then it took a favorable hop from McDermott and just sat there in the Boulders bullpen.
Here's David Vinsky now, the DH at 267, 5 home runs and 37 RBIs, 2 for 3 in the series with 2 runs batted in.
David Vinsky, 2 RBI singles yesterday for another one here.
So a base hit will get the Boulders on the board. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Campos, the catcher. It's 1-0. Vinsky, the 9th batter in the Boulders order, under manager T.J. Stanton. His 3rd year with the team. Earned his 300th victory earlier this year. There's a line drive smacked into center field. Coming on is Smith. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. After 2 in Pomona, the Boulders trailing Tri-City 3-0 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Fix your brakes, AC and heating problems, replace and align your tires, even diagnose that funny noise under your car and get you back in the driver's seat
to protect our communities. We are New York State's volunteer fire service. Is there a fire in you? Become a volunteer firefighter at fireinYou.org.
Bring out the fire in you by joining Spring Valley Hook and Ladder Company number 1.
Looking for a job that pays well with flexible hours? We have immediate openings for experienced school bus drivers in Rockland County. We also train new drivers. Want
Hi,
to learn more?
I'm James Muller.
Call Chestnut
True or
Ridge
false?
today at
Car radiators, our heat exchangers,
845-356-2200
keep the
or
engine
visit
cool by circulating
ChestnutRidgeTransportation.com.
coolant throughout the engine
Ask
block.
about our special sign-on bonus, starting salaries of more than $20 an hour and 401k plans with matching funds. That's 845-356-2200. Retirees are always
It's
welcome.
true.
If you're looking for a quality education, Dominican College offers the benefits of a broad-based liberal arts education while developing the skills you'll need to advance your career through a variety of graduate and undergraduate degree programs. And because Dominican College is just a short drive to New York City, you'll enjoy easy access to all the outstanding
When you
cultural
come
and
into the
educational
Duke of
resources of the city. For more info, call 866-4DC-INFO or visit dc.edu. That's dc.edu. Dominican College, Orangeburg, New York. Achievement every day.
We're back in Pomona. Seth and Andrew with you. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's 3-0 Tri-City as they bat for the 3rd time in this game. Oscar Campos, followed by Ian Walters and Aaron Altair. Campos 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Started the game at .470, 3 home runs and 17 RBIs. Pitch from Andy Hammond is way high. The count 1-0.
Multiple hard-hit singles for the Tri-City catcher so far in this series.
Here comes Hammond. Fastball. That misses for ball 2. Pitch on the way. Ball 3. So it's 3-0. Garcia near the line over at 3rd for Oscar Campos. Wearing the red batting gloves. Hammond to the plate. Pitch way outside. Ball 4. So on 4 straight pitches, Oscar Campos takes a walk. And that'll bring up Ian Walters, who walked in his first at bat.
Discipline there by the Tri-City catcher, taking all the way.
Walters, the 3rd place hitter. Tri-City a 3-0 lead. Pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1.
And Walters taking all the way there. 4-pitch walk on the previous AB, so definitely taking first pitch strike.
Hammond from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. Goes to the plate, pitch nubbed foul. It bounces back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-2.
Campos, no stolen base attempts yet in his Tri-City career, so not much of a threat to run.
Pitch in the dirt blocked by DeLuca. The count 1-2.
Hey, how many times have we heard that this season? Joe DeLuca has been absolutely phenomenal defensively behind the plate. The human vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, he's done a very nice job. Hammond ready to go. Here's the pitch. Fastball. That misses inside. It's 2-2. We come to you live from the Palisades Credit Union press box. Pitch on the way. DeLuca tried to frame it, but it's a ball and the count full. Well, Campos leads from first, being held on by Quitzer. Campos leaning towards second. Now there he goes. Pitch looped foul right over us on the third base sign. Hits the roof. Now the count stays full. It's 3-2.
Flashbacks to one of our first games together, Seth, where I believe one came right off the window directly in front of me.
Runner doesn't go this time. Pitch bounced to the Boulders dugout. A foul ball. Your form on these foul balls up here has improved dramatically. When I first met you, you were ducking under the desk. Now you're leaning in. You've become a real pro.
Thank you, thank you.
Took me a few years, so nothing you should feel bad about. There's a looper down the right field line. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Walraven gets it as it rolls off the wall. Heading to third is Campos. On to second goes Ian Walters. And Tri-City in business. They have runners on second and third with nobody out to start the top of the third inning.
Oddly, the Boulders fortunate that Campos was the one on the base path. Most of the other guys on Tri-City, that's probably an RBI double.
So Walters with his 12th double of the year. And now Aaron Altair comes up, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here comes DeLuca and manager T.J. Stanton to have a conversation with Andy Hammond as we come to you live from the CSEA broadcast booth. CSEA members always essential.
Yeah, no one up in that Boulders bullpen, so this is Andy Hammond's jam to get out of.
Now the entire infield on the pitcher's mound.
Probably a strategy session here with 2 on and no one out.
Joe Cruz, the home plate umpire, out to break it up.
See how the Boulders defense plays this, if they'll bring the infield in or if they'll keep it back and play for the out. Seems like they're going to keep it back and play for the out at first.
Campos leading from third. Over on second is Ian Walters. Hammond in a little bit of a jam to start the top of the third inning. Boulders looking up at Tri-City in the standings. Pitch, a ball, and the count 1-0. Base hit. Tri-City can make it a 5-0 lead. Pitch from Andy. Swing and a miss. Strike one. It's 1-1.
Forget a 5-0 lead on that one. Altair was trying to make it a 6-0 lead. He came up empty.
Big swing and a miss. Campos from third. Walters from second. Hammond from the stretch goes to the plate. There's a high, deep drive out to left center field. Dennis can't make the play as it hits off the top of the wall.
Home plate umpire saying that's gone, I believe. First base umpire David Sherman is saying that is gone. I believe it hit the railing above the yellow line.
It must have, because that's the only way it could be a home run out there.
That was an absolute shot. And they are going to rule it a 3-run home run.
So for Altair, his 13th home run, his 52nd RBI, 50, 51, and 52. As Tri-City jumps out to a 6-0 lead.
Wow, that was really a shot to the deepest part of the ballpark. 408 to the power alley. You got just right of that, right above the Good Samaritan Hospital sign, just left of the pitch clock.
Here's Juan Kelly, who takes a strike, and the count 0-1. My first instinct was it hit the top of the Good Sam sign. It sounded to me from here like it hit wood, but I guess it didn't. It hit the railing.
My first reaction, too, but I saw how Dennis reacted to it.
Pitch on the way. There's a high pop into left center field. Kivlahan over, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jacob Goldfarb, who's 0 for 1 with a pop out to third. Started the game at 272, 10 home runs, and 49 RBIs. Now the Boulders now with work to do, down by 6. No action in the Boulder pen. There's a high, deep drive out to right center field. Dennis racing over. That ball is gone. Jacob Goldfarb, his 11th home run, his 50th RBIs. He rounds the bases, and Tri-City takes a 7-0 lead.
Another really hard hit ball towards right center field this time, and got about 3 rows up just past the template sign. Just a lot of hard contact generated off Andy Hammond today.
That'll bring up Briggs, who's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Started the game at 319, 3 home runs and 21 RBIs. Briggs takes a strike and the count 0-1. Hammond goes to the plate. Pitch lined off the screen, first base side. It's 0-2. Andy goes to the plate, pitch in the dirt. It's 1-2. 3-run shot by Aaron Altair, then a home run by Jacob Goldfarb. Tri-City with 4 runs in the top of the third inning. They extend their lead to 7-0. High hopper foul outside of third. It's 1-2 with 1 out. So Hammond having some trouble. Hard grounder foul outside of third base. It's 1-2. Pitch coming. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3, 2 away. That'll bring up Tanner Smith, the center fielder, at 286. No home runs and 8 RBIs.
The center fielder, number 11.
It's like the right-hander Murphy Andrew, not throwing yet, but starting to stretch out in the Boulders pen.
Hammond goes to the plate. Pitch misses outside. It's 1-0. High towering fly ball out to right center field. Dennis racing over. He makes the catch on the warning track, and the side is retired. Not before Tri-City scores 4 runs on 2 homers. At the top of the third, we go to the bottom of the third. Boulders down 7-0 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Thanks to the Duke of Oil, all our vehicles are always ready to go.
With the Duke of Oil to you in your car, like roll.
Or disabling illness. For over 120 years, Helen Hayes Hospital has offered
Fans, if
superior
you're
care
celebrating
and
a
access to
birthday,
services that can only be found at a comprehensive rehab hospital. 24/7 medical care, state-of-the-art rehab technology, a full spectrum of outpatient services, and so much more. Top doctors recommend Helen Hayes Hospital for even their most complex cases, and patients consistently recommend Helen Hayes Hospital to their families and friends. Learn how you can experience the power of rehabilitation at Helen Hayes Hospital. Call 1-888-70-REHAB to schedule a tour or visit helenhayeshospital.org. Helen Hayes Hospital, where hope has a home.
If you or a loved one has a chronic illness or disability that requires care at home, Bridges can help. Our consumer-directed program enables a friend or relative to provide the care you need.
Knowing that my child is nonverbal, I have to be able to trust the people that are in my home providing the support.
The CDPA program is dedicated to building and empowering people to be in charge of their own personal care and their life.
I don't feel as stressed anymore, so I am very grateful to the CDPAP program at Bridges.
Welcome back to Clover Stadium. Seth Cantor, Andrew Van Cura with you. We go to the bottom of the third, and the Boulders with some work to do, trailing by 7. Austin Dennis followed by Tucker Nathans and Patrick Kivlehan. Pitch on the way. There's a bouncer over to third, gobbled up by Walters. Double clutches, throws to first. Dennis out, 1 down. That'll bring up Tucker Nathans, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Started the game at .328, 11 home runs, and 52 RBIs.
Well, big deficit early for the Boulders. You need to start chipping away at that. You don't need to get it all back in one inning, but you'd like to take a small chunk out of it if you can.
Fastball is high, the count 1-0. Brack Warren on for his third inning of work. He's given up 2 hits so far. There's a high fly ball driven down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Briggs near the corner makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Pat Kivlehan, who walked in his first at bat.
PK, yesterday's 5-2-9 player of the game. He had 2 3-run home runs yesterday. Both heading over into the right center field area. Well, one in the right center field area, one in the short porch.
There's a high fly ball hit to deep right center field. Smith back at the track, at the wall. She's gone. Patrick Kivlehan, his 17th home run of the year, his 3rd home run of the series. He had 2 yesterday, and the Boulders get on the board. They trail at 7-1.
PK go boom at it again. Boulders home runs are fueled by Carpenter and Smith, the only name to know for heating oil, propane, and HVAC services. Almost exactly where he hit his first home run yesterday, just a tad more to the right side. And on cue, as I said it, Seth, the Boulders leading home run man back at it again.
Here's Tom Walraven, who's 1 for 1 with a single. Started the game at .266, 13 home runs, and 58 RBIs, 9th in the Frontier League. Pitch from Warren, fouled off at home plate, and the count 0-1.
So Boulders has some offensive life now. They're on the board. Plenty of baseball left to play, so not out of it yet. We've seen this lineup come back from big deficits before. The bigger question will be is can they keep Tri-City off the board going forward?
Pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a breaking ball, and for a strike, it's 1-2.
Still no action up in that Boulders bullpen, so we'll assume to see Andy Hammond out again in the 4th.
There's a high pop foul, first base side, and it's 1-2. Pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Everybody clap your hands.
Boulders down 7-1, 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Fastball high and tight, 3-2. Time was called. There's a flare out into left field. Briggs racing over, reaches out, makes the catch, and the side retired. But the Boulders get on the board. Patrick Kivlahan, his 17th home run of the year, 58th RBI. We go to the fourth. Boulders down 7-1 to the ValleyCats on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
The New York Boulders, Boulders Community Fund, and New York's 529 Plan are proudly awarding 6 scholarships worth $529 apiece to students entering college or graduate school this fall and are considering careers in sports or business. Those being honored on the field were chosen in competition amongst several of their peers. These students explain why they're interested in sports or business fields, describe the traits or skills they have that will transfer
With
to
Emerald
a career
Medicare,
in these
Boulders
industries,
baseball is
and
the only
highlighted
place
the
you can
experience
hit a
they've
home
had,
run. We're on first,
that they
checking
feel
your
have
doctor.
prepared them
On
for
second,
future
checking your
occupation.
medication. On third, helping you come to a planned decision.
Please
taking you all
welcome
the way
the
home,
Boulders
ensuring
Educational
all your
Director,
benefits
Gail
match your health
Dulce.
needs and budget. From
And
first
let's
base to home
congratulate
plate,
the following
License Agent
winners.
Mark Brownstein and his
Alexa
team are here to
Buxbaum,
educate and
headed to
guide you through all of your
NYU,
Medicare
projected
needs. Call
major
your local
pre-medical
Medicare
sports
specialist
medicine.
today at
Austin Camparelli, heading to SUNY
845-818-1220.
Cortland.
358-1220.
Want to make your
Project
mornings more
Major
exciting and
Sports
stay informed all
Management
at the same
Media,
time?
and
Tune
Farrell
into the
Hudson,
morning show with
Ithaca
Jeff and
College,
Will, weekdays
projected
from 6
major
to 10 a.m., where we'll keep you
communication
up to date on all
sports
the latest
media,
and greatest in local and national news while you're on your way
and
to
Nicholas
work or wherever
Eng,
you
who
happen
could
to
not be with
all
us
from
tonight.
right here in Rockland County. That's the morning show with Jeff and Will, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on WRCR at AM 1700 and WRCR.com.
Top of the fourth inning we go. Boulders down 7-1. The play-by-play, Andrew Vancura. Andrew?
Thank you, Seth. 9-1-2 due up for the ValleyCats. It's the shortstop, Paven Parks. He had an RBI single in his last at-bat. Andy Hammond back on the mound for his fourth inning of work. Pitch number 67 incoming for the Boulders right-hander. No action in the Boulders pen despite the 7-1 deficit. As Parks lines that one in the right field, that will get down in front of Walraven for a base hit. Took a nasty hop. Hit right off Walraven's chest, but he keeps it in front of him, so Parks will stop at first with his second single of the game.
The second baseman, number 6, Cito Culver.
I'll bring up the former Boulder, the second baseman, Cito Culver. He's 1 for 2 on the day, singled and scored in the first, flew out to left in the second. Culver was a part of the Boulders back in 2019 when they resided in the Can-Am League. Played 19 games for the red, white, and blue. Only had a 188 batting average. As he drops a bunt there, Hammond no play at second, falling on his back foot. It gets past Quitzer at first. Culver will stop at first, but the runner Parks will move up to third on the error. We'll see how it's scored on who they give it to. But it's a bunt. But the bunt leads to first and third now for the ValleyCats and nobody out. And we'll see how it is officially scored. No word yet. That'll bring up the second hitter, the catcher, Oscar Campos. 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Scored after getting on base in both of his at-bats. A single back in the first, a walk in the third. And a chance to add to this 6-run ValleyCat lead if you can find some outfield grass. Hammond from the belt, kicks and deals. Flied into right field, going to get down the line. Can Walraven get there? He dives. No, he cannot. It gets past him and bounces off the wall. 1 run scores. Campos will stop at second. See what they do with Culver over at third. He'll stop there. So it's an RBI double for Campos. And the ValleyCats lead this one 8-1. So they're going to give the bunt a E1. As he will advance on that. Campos with an RBI double, his second hit of the game, has extended this Tri-City lead 8-1. And the ValleyCats are really hammering Andy Hammond today. Quick meeting on the mound, Joe DeLuca going out there to calm down his right-hander. As it'll bring up the third baseman, Ian Walters. Walters 1 for 2. They reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat, or pardon me, 1 for 1 on the day. Reached on a walk in his first at-bat and doubled and came around to score back in the third. As Hammond works from the belt, kicks and deals, and Walters fouls that one back, count 0-1. Runners on second and third for the ValleyCats. Still no one out. And this Boulders deficit continues to grow. It's 9-1 Tri-City. Here in the top of the fourth, Hammond kicks and deals. That one lined over by the Rutgers sign down the first base line, but foul. And the count will be 0-2. Hammond works from the belt, kicks and deals. Grounded foul down the first baseline, still 0-2. We have 9-1 on the score, but I'm only getting 1. I mean, where the second run of this inning came from. Parks led off, he singled, came around to score. Culver is still over at third, and Campos is on second. As that one's grounded to second, Culver will score. Nathans will flip it over the quitzer. They'll get the out at first. So another run comes across for Tri-City. And the deficit grows for the Boulders here in the fourth.
The designated hitter, number 22, Aaron Altair.
I'll bring up the DH, Aaron Altair. And he check swings at that one, but it's called a strike 0-1. He hit a mammoth home run in his last at-bat. Just right of the 408-yard footage, I should say, in left center field. He takes a big hack at that one, count 0-2. Struck out back in the first, but really blew this lead open last half inning with that moonshot into the left center field gap. Hammond kicks and deals. That one's fouled back over the Sweets. Still 0-2. And indeed, we are all set now. 9-1 ValleyCats here in the top of the fourth. As Hammond still trying to minimize the damage here. Still a runner on third with only one out. Righty kicks and deals. Altair takes that one low. Gets away from DeLuca, but not quite far enough for the runner to think about it. Especially the runner, I don't want to say lacking speed because that sounds mean, but Campos definitely not one who's going to be overly aggressive on the base path, nor is he expected to be. Hammond sets. Here's the 1-2 to Altair. Takes that one low. Count draws even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. A runner on third for the ValleyCats. Hammond working from the belt. Kicks and deals. Line drive. Good stop by McDermott over at short. Double clutches. Fires on the first in time. They'll get the out at first. Campos is across to score. It's 10-1 Tri-City. So it'll go down as an RBI fielder's choice.
The first baseman, number 29.
Or an RBI ground out, if you want to get technical, for Aaron Altair. So now we're on the first baseman, Juan Kelly. Flew out to left in his last at-bat. Takes that one high for a ball. Count 1-0. That's laced into left field. Heading over is PK and Dennis. They can't get there as it gets into the gap. Good stop by Dennis. He'll fire it in, but Kelly's got himself a stand-up double. So if 2 away, Tri-City puts another runner in scoring position. That'll bring up the right fielder, Jacob Goldfarb.
And now tonight's IHOP Pancake
He's tonight's IHOP Pancake batter of the game. If he strikes out at any point in this game, or if anybody in the 6-hole strikes out in tonight's game, we'll go home with vouchers for free pancakes courtesy of IHOP. Hammond working from the belt. Runner on second takes his lead, kicks in, deals. Lined high into left center field. Settling under it is Dennis. He make the catch to retire the side. But Tri-City adds 3 more runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Boulders trail Tri-City 10-1 on the Boulders Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
For a quality education in a small college setting, consider Dominican University. To learn more, visit duny.edu. The New York Boulders and Dominican University would like to welcome the following to Clover Stadium.
There's a place that I know that they all know me. I gotta get back now to the ones who love me. Wrap myself around you, never let you go. There's nothing in the world that feels like the place that I know that they all know me. I gotta get back now to the ones who love me. Wrap myself around you, never let you go. There's nothing in the world that feels
All right, Boulder fans, does anybody out there want a T-shirt? You need to make some noise for tonight's Good Samaritan T-shirt toss.
On third, helping you come to a planned decision, taking you all the way home, ensuring all your benefits match your health and budget. From first base to home plate, licensed agent Mark Brown Keene and his team are here to educate and guide you through all of your Medicare needs. Call your local Medicare specialist today at 845-358-1111.
Leading off for the Boulders, the first baseman, number 9, Chris Kwitzer.
Back here in Pomona, New York, Andrew Vancura, Seth Cantor here with you, coming to you live from the CSEA broadcast booth in the Palisades Credit Union press box. Boulders Baseball, sponsored by Dominican University. Learn more, visit duny.edu. The 2022 RBI champ and the Frontier League Player of the Week, Chris Kwitzer, digging in to lead things off for the Boulders here in the home 4th. They trail the Tri-City ValleyCats 10-1 in the contest, and by 3.5 games in the standings for that final playoff spot. As Kwitzer takes that one high, count goes even at 1-1. So as we're entering the home stretch here for the Boulders in the month of August, as Kwitzer takes that one inside for a ball, count 2-1. Boulders looking up at Tri-City on the scoreboard tonight and in the standings. Tri-City tied for second in the East with the New Jersey Jackals. As Kwitzer pops that one high, but foul. It'll get out of play. Count draws even at 2-2. Still no action in that Boulders bullpen, so unless somebody gets up and throwing, we would expect to see Andy Hammond come out again for the 5th. Warren from the belt, kicks and deals. Kwitzer fouls that one back off the sweets. Still 2-2. Get you the out-of-town scoreboard presented by Clover. Attention small business owners, Clover's contactless point-of-sale solutions help serve your customers quicker than a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Warren from the belt, kicks and deals. Kwitzer, big swing and a miss, strike 3. He'll be retired for out number 1. That out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by Clover. The Quebec Capitals knocked off the New Jersey Jackals earlier today, 13-9, giving them sole possession of the lead in the East. The Ottawa Titans lead the Sussex County Miners. That's big for the Boulders, as the Miners are the main team chasing them. Titans lead the Miners 8-2 in the top of the 5th. Joliet Schaumburg tied at nothing in the bottom of the 3rd. Windy City Thunderbolts lead the Evansville Otters 6-0 in the top of the fourth as Garcia takes that one for a ball count 1-0. Gabe Garcia flew out to second in his last at-bat. Trois Riviere leads Empire State 1-0, in the top of the second. Game 2 of a doubleheader for them as Garcia takes that one high for a ball count 2-0. Trois Riviere knocked off Empire State 7-6 in Game 1 of that aforementioned doubleheader. The Washington Wild Things lead the Lake Erie Crushers 4-3 in the bottom of the fifth. That's your out-of-town scoreboard presented by Clover. As Garcia takes another high fastball, count 3-0. And if you're Garcia, Boulders trail by 9. You need base runners. You can't get it all back in one swing or in one inning, most likely. You need to chip away slowly. So taking all the way here should be Garcia. As he takes a strike, count 3-1. Boulders baseball sponsored in part by Montefiore Einstein, science and medicine advancing human health. Warren kicks and deals. Garcia fouls that one back. Count goes full 3-2. Warren working with that mid-90s to upper 90s fastball. It's definitely his best pitch. He also works with a hard slider sitting around the mid-80s. A high velo pitcher is Warren. More of a bulk bullpen guy, only his second start on the season. Going up for Tri-City, yes. Garcia flares that one out to right field, but settling under it just before the track is Goldfarb. He will make the catch for out number 2. Garcia put a good charge into it, but not quite enough. As that'll bring up the switch hitting catcher, Joe DeLuca. He flew out and foul ground to the first baseman in his last at-bat. Came in batting .239 with 13 home runs and 33 RBIs. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Warren, who kicks and deals. Luca takes first pitch, strike, count 0-1. Angie Vancouver coming to you live from the CSEA broadcast booth. A beautiful night for baseball here at Clover Stadium as the Boulders make their playoff push. Trail 10-1 in Game 2 of this 3-game home set. DeLuca fouls that one off, count 0-2. Shortstop Matt McDermott would be next if the Boulders can pass the baton and keep this inning alive. Plate umpire Joe Cruz calling time here, asking for a reset of that pitch clock. As DeLuca settles back in. DeLuca with a bit of a closed stance, wears the shin guard on the lead leg. Warren kicks and deals DeLuca big swing, but he comes up empty, strike 3, and that will retire the side. So 1, 2, 3 go the Boulders in the fourth. We'll go to the fifth. New York trails Tri-City 10-1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
You deserve to treat yourself, and now it's easier than ever with 16 Handles delivery. Don't get burned by your empty freezer again. Order perfectly creamy soft serve like our classic frozen yogurt or delicious dairy-free flavors, and all your favorite toppings swirled in store and delivered right to your door. Now available at 16handles.com or in the 16 Handles app. Make it a celebration with 16 Handles. Visit 16 Handles in New City at 170 South Main Street and order delivery or curbside pickup in the 16 Handles app.
Hey Boulders fans, I'm here with Camilo and Coraline, and we're here in front of 16 Handles, and they're going to do the 16 Handles yogurt eating contest. We're going to have 16 seconds, eat as much as you can. 3. Here we go, guys, you got to be faster. Take bigger bites, come on guys, you can do it. Guys, you can do it, I know it's super cold. 4, 3, 2, 1, let me see your cups. All right, you guys did a great job, but I think Camilo wins this one. Congratulations, my friend. I'll hold on to this, and let's go Boulders!
Save now and save the day later.
Top half of the fifth here in Pomona, New York. Boulders trail the ValleyCats 10-1. Boulders Baseball is presented by New York's 529 College Savings Program. Are you thinking about saving for your child or grandchild's higher education? Learn about New York's 529 College Savings Program at nysaves.org. Andy Hammond back to work, fires a first pitch fastball in there for a strike to the left fielder Lamar Briggs, count 0-1. Briggs 1 for 2 on the day, singled back in the second, struck out in the third. As Hammond kicks and deals. Fastball low for a ball, count 1-1. There is nobody up in the Boulders bullpen as the usual red, white, and blue, just the white and blue tonight, trail the ValleyCats by 9. Pitch in there for a strike, count 1-2. Hammond awaits the sign from DeLuca. Briggs taking time. Home plate umpire Joe Cruz resumes his position behind the plate. And we are reset. Hammond working from the belt. Kicks and deals. Line into shallow center. Coming on is Dennis. Can he get there? He will. He will make the catch for out number 1. Nice play there by Austin Dennis, showing off the speed. That'll bring up the Tri-City center fielder Tanner Smith. 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and left in his 2 ABs. Didn't play in last night's contest. More of a platoon hitter against right-handed pitching. Usually doesn't play against lefties. That would usually be the man we saw last night, Jackson Hallmark. As Hammond fires a breaking ball in there for a strike, count 0-1. That one's fouled back. Count goes 0-2. To the out-of-town scoreboard earlier, we'll take a look at other teams around New York. The Mets and Cubs in the top of the 5th tied 2-2. Home run by Pete Alonso. Even that contest up for the Mets. Yankees in the middle of the 2nd inning against the Chicago White Sox. Still 0-0 in that contest as Hammond fires that one in there. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Smith is sat down for out number 2. I'll bring up the shortstop Pavin Parks. He's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. Came around to score in his last at-bat. Had an RBI single back in the 2nd. Also around the sports world, NFL preseason fully gets underway this weekend starting Friday. As Hammond fires a breaking ball in there, count 1-0. Just missed outside with that pitch. Hammond looking to work his first 1-2-3 inning of the evening. If he can set down Parks here. Hammond from the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball in there for a strike, count 1-1. No action in either bullpen. A 10-1 lead for the ValleyCats here in the top of the 5th. In game 2 of this 3-game home midweek set, Hammond kicks and deals. Breaking ball fouled down the line. Count 1-2. Game 3 of this contest will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pregame on the radio side, set to begin at 6:55. And the Boulders will head to Ottawa for a weekend series with the Titans. Hammond works from the belt, kicks and deals. Bounces that one in front of the plate, count 2-2. Not much of a wind-up for Hammond, more of a straight stretch. Motion definitely takes a little bit more of an elongated stretch with no one on, as you would expect. Working from the belt, here's the 2-2. Broken back ground ball right to Hammond. He will flip it over to Quitzer at first, and that will retire the side. That bat got way up into the crowd, almost past the first row of seats, but it looks like everybody is okay as 1-2-3 go the ValleyCats in the top of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. The Boulders trail Tri-City 10-1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
All right, Boulder fans, it's dance time. Get on your feet, join the khaki color in the out-of-control room as St. Thomas Aquinas College presents the YMCA.
Where we'll keep you up to date on all the latest and greatest in local and national news while you're on your way to work or wherever you happen to be. All from right here in Rockland County. That's the morning show with Jeff and Will, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on WRCR and AM 1700 and WRCR.com.
With Emerald Medicare, Boulders Baseball isn't the only place you can hit a home run. We're on first, checking your doctor. On second, checking your medication. On third, helping you come to a planned decision. Taking you all the way home, ensuring all your benefits match your health needs and budget. From first base to home plate, licensed agent Mark Brownstein and his team are here to educate and guide you to all of your Medicare needs. Call your local Medicare specialist today at 845-358-1220. 358-1220.
If you or a loved one has a chronic illness or disability that requires care at home, Bridges can help. Our consumer-directed program enables a friend or relative to provide the care you need.
Knowing that my child is nonverbal, I have to be able to trust the people that are in my home providing the support.
The CDCA program is dedicated to building and empowering people to be in charge of their own personal care and their life.
I don't feel as stressed anymore, so I am very grateful for the CDCAT program at Bridges.
Great job, Boulder fans. Now let's make some noise for the shortstop, number 26.
Bottom of the fifth here in Pomona, New York. Ange Vancura here with you, coming to you live from the CSEA broadcast booth. The New York Boulders are the premier sports and entertainment destination in suburban New York City, offering partnerships to help brand local, regional, and national businesses. For more information, call 845-364-0009, extension 201. Shortstop Matty Mac McDermott leading things off for the Boulders here in the bottom of the fifth. Swings and misses at that one. Count 0-1. 8-9-1. Due up for the Boulders here in the home fifth. McDermott, Vinsky, Austin, Dennis. Set to face Warren, who's back to work as McDermott fouls that one over the sweets and into the parking lot. Count 0-2. 1 run on the scoreboard for the Boulders. A Patrick Kivlahan solo shot to right center field. Andy Hammond put up his first scoreless inning of the contest in the top of the fifth, as Tri-City has come out to a commanding 10-1 lead. Still enough power in this Boulders offense to counter, but they got to start working at chipping away as that pitch bounces well before the plate and gets back to the backstop. Count 1-2. Breeze still blowing out towards right field. Warren kicks and deals. McDermott fouls that one back off the sweets. Count 1-2. So Matty Mac not giving an inch on this AB. Warren kicks and deals. Pitch high for a ball. Count 2-2. No action in either team's bullpen here at this point, as we reach the halfway point through this contest. As Warren kicks and fires. McDermott takes that one low. Count goes full, 3-2. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Boulders trail the ValleyCats 10-1. As Warren at the belt kicks and deals. Fastball just missed outside. Ball 4. McDermott will trot to first with a walk. Having himself a good day at the plate. A triple in his first at-bat, now a walk. As the Boulders a speedy runner on the base paths. They're going to need a few more base runners as they look to even up this contest, but you got to start somewhere. As that'll bring up the DH, David Vinsky. Flew out to center on an absolute missile in his last at-bat. Just hit an absolute laser right at Smith. Warren working from the belt. Kicks and deals. Vinsky grounder to third. Walters to second. There's one on to first. Big stretch in time. So they'll get the 5-4-3 double play. And just like that, there's 2 away for the Boulders here in the home fifth. Great stretch there by Kelly at first. First base umpire Dave Sherman making the call over there on the first base side. As we'll go back to the top of the order for the Boulders, it's the center fielder Austin Dennis. Dennis 0 for 2, struck out in the first, grounded out to third in the third. As Warren works from the belt, kicks and deals fastball inside, count 1-0. Warren sets, kicks, and deals. Dennis takes that one for a strike, count 1-1. Dennis missed most of the season for the Boulders with a wrist injury. Only came back post the All-Star break. He's been a great presence in center field. Still trying to get the bat going as he lines that one in the right field. Will it get down? No, it will not. It will be caught by the right fielder Goldfarb as the Boulders go 1-2-3 once again here in the bottom of the fifth. We'll head to the sixth. The Boulders trail the ValleyCats 10-1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
We will appraise your items and offer you immediate cash payments on the spot. Stop in for your free expert appraisal today.
But you can save more than you think for college with a New York 529 savings plan. There's no minimum contribution, and you can use your savings at thousands of colleges.
And tonight's coin toss is presented by Clarkstown Coin and Jewelry, celebrating 50 years as Rockland's premier
If you're looking for a
metals
quality
dealer.
education, Dominican
Let's
College
send it
offers the
back to
benefits of a
Paloma.
broad-based liberal arts education while developing the skills you'll need to advance your career through a variety of graduate and undergraduate degree
whenever you guys
programs.
are ready,
And
okay?
because Dominican College is just a short drive to New York City, you'll enjoy easy access to all the outstanding cultural and educational resources of the city. For more info, call 866-4DC-INFO or visit dc.edu. That's dc.edu. Dominican College, Orangeburg, New York. Achievement every day.
Looking for a job that pays well with flexible hours? We have immediate openings for experienced school bus drivers in Rockland County. We also train new drivers. Want to learn more? Call Chestnut Ridge today at 815-356-2200 or visit chestnutridgetransportation.com. Ask about our special sign-on bonus, starting salaries of more than $20 an hour, and 401k plans with matching funds. That's 845-356-2200. Retirees are always welcome.
In conjunction with the Spring Valley and Nyack branches of the NAACP, the Boulders will pay homage to former Negro Leagues of baseball. The date is scheduled for Sunday, August 27th at 5 p.m. against the Tri-City ValleyCats. For tickets, slide myboulders.com. And for those Tri-City ValleyCats, we'll go back to the top of the order, I believe. Yes, indeed. It is Cito Culver, the second baseman, who swings and misses at that one. Count 0-1. 10-1 ValleyCats here in the top of the sixth. Andy Hammond back to work for his sixth full inning of the contest. Hammond kicks and deals. Fastball in there for a strike. Count 0-2. Hammond worked a 1-2-3 fifth. He'd like to do that again here in the sixth as he grounded right back to the pitcher. As Hammond will flip that one on the quitzer, and then we'll retire Culver for out number one. So we begin the sixth how we ended the top of the fifth with a ground out to Andy Hammond. As that'll bring up the catcher, Oscar Campos. Fans' headset was a little loose, had to take care of that. Here's Oscar Campos. 2 for 2 on the day with a walk, a single and a double. Had that aforementioned RBI double in his last at-bat. We have a pitch clock violation, I believe, on Andy Hammond. So the count will be 1-0. Campos making only his 19th game. As he swings and misses at that one, he lost the bat. Count 1-1, almost nailed his teammate Ian Walters in the head. As the bat flew right back near the on-deck circle. Kids, that's why you always wear your helmet in the on-deck circle. The coach is not trying to be mean. He's trying to keep you safe. As everybody resets, a 1-1 count to the Tri-City catcher. Hammond working from the belt, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, count 1-2. As I was saying before the bat went flying out of the catcher's count post's hands, playing in his 19th game for the Tri-City ValleyCats, came in batting .470 with 3 home runs and 17 RBIs. Yes, small sample size, but still off to a great start for the ValleyCats. As Hammond misses with that one away, count draws even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Tri-City leads the Boulders 10-1. Hammond working from the belt, kicks and deals. Popped up, shallow right. Heading out is Quitzer, heading in is Walraven, heading out is Nathans. Nathans will settle under it and make the catch, falling down as he does to record the second out. Great play by Nathans. Hit, as we mentioned a lot yesterday, there's just that no man's land out in the shallow outfield in both right and left and center, where really it's not really the infielder's ball, nor is it the outfielder's ball, so somebody has to make a play on it. Starting to see some action in the Boulders bullpen. It's the big southpaw Mitchell Sanger loosening up for New York. As Hammond fires that one in there for a strike. Count 0-1 to the third baseman Ian Walters. Walters ground out RBI in his last at-bat. Hammond from the belt, kicks and deals. Fly ball into center. Heading back is Dennis just before the track. He'll settle under it and make the catch to retire the side. So 1, 2, 3 goes Tri-City here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Boulders trail the ValleyCats 10-1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Step up for every alarm. We stand up to protect our communities. We are New York State's volunteer fire service. Is there a fire in you? Become a volunteer.
All right, Boulder fans, does anybody want a frisbee?
Bring out the fire in
you want
by
these
joining
frisbees
Spring
because
Valley
they have a
Ladder
coupon
Company
from
#1.
Gilligan's.
Learn how to volunteer
It's the
and become
Gilligan's
one of us.
Frisbee
Call the Fire
Toss.
Training Center at 845-364-8800. 364-8800.
Helen Hayes Hospital, a national leader in rehabilitation medicine, is the trusted provider of Hudson Valley residents chronic surgery, traumatic injury, or disabling illness. For over 100 years, Helen Hayes Hospital has offered superior care. The ship set ground on the shore of this uncharted desert island with Gilligan, 24/7 the skipper too, state-of-the-art rehab technology, and his wife, and so much more. Top doctors Professor and Mary Ann here on Gilligan's Island. They recommend Helen Hayes Hospital to their families and friends. Learn how you can experience the power of rehabilitation at Helen Hayes Hospital. Call 1-888-REHAB to schedule a tour or visit helenhayeshospital.org. Helen Hayes Hospital, where hope has a home.
Andrew Van Cura here with you in Pomona, New York, coming to you live from the CSEA broadcast booth in the Palisades Credit Union Press Box. Boulders Baseball, sponsored by, in part, by Montefiore Einstein, Science and Medicine, advancing human health. As we have a pitch hitter now up for the Boulders. As replacing Tucker Nathans,
Your attention, please.
it's going to be Giovanni Garbella.
Pinch hitting for Tucker Nathans, number 38, Giovanni Garbella.
So it is Giovanni Garbella. We'll see what they do defensively next inning, but at least for right now, he is slotted now in the 2-hole for Tucker Nathans. As that one is fired in there for a strike count, 0-1 to Garbella. As we begin the 6th, the Boulders trail the ValleyCats by 9. It's 10-1 Tri-City. As Garbella is quickly down 0-2. Left fielder Patrick Kivlahan waits on deck as Warren fires that one high for a ball. Count 1-2. Garbella comes in batting .234 with 8 home runs and 43 RBIs. Has not started consistently since Austin Dennis returned. As he swings and misses at that one, strike 3, and Garbella is down on strikes for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 10, Patrick Kivlahan.
That brings up the All-Star Patrick Kivlahan, yesterday's 5-9 player of the game. He has the Boulders' only run, and that was in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a solo home run to right center field back in the 3rd. As Warren fires that one high for a ball, count 1-0. Warren approaching 90 pitches as PK swings and misses at that one, count 1-1. Warren was about at 80 pitches at the beginning of this frame as he fires that one in there for a strike. Count 1-2 to Kivlahan. PK has been white hot over the last couple weeks, coming out of that serious slump he had coming out of the All-Star break. He's returned to his early season form, the Boulders' home run leader. He has 17 on the season, came in batting .308 with 57 RBIs, make that 58 now after that solo home run. Tied for the RBI lead with Tom Walraven on the Boulders as Warren bounces that one in front of the plate, count 2-2. Really a beautiful summer night here in Pomona, New York, as the Boulders attempt to rally down 9 here in the bottom of the 6th and try to move up that playoff standings. As PK swings and misses at that one, strike 3, back-to-back Ks for Warren. That's out number 2. I'll bring up the right fielder Tom Walraven. He flew out to left in his last at-bat. He singled back in the 1st, 1 for 2 on the day. Came in batting .266 with 13 home runs and 58 RBIs. As Mitchell Sanger continues to warm up in the Boulders' pen. Warren at the belt, kicks and deals fastball in there for a strike, count 0-1. Warren ramping up the velocity a little bit on that one. He has the ability to reach 99 on his fastball. He doesn't do it often, especially when he's pitching in these bulk outings. Breaking ball swung on and missed by Walraven, count 0-2. Great bite on that slider. Oh, 2 to Walraven. Chris Quitzer waits on deck if they can pass the baton. The pitch. Missed outside, count 1-2. No one on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The Boulders trail by 9. A shortage of base runners for New York. Only 1 over the last three frames. As that pitch gets past the catcher. Count 2-2. Actually bounced around so far, Walraven had to go out and retrieve it. But we are reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the home 6th. Boulders trail Tri-City 10-1. Brack Warren, the right-hander, working from the belt, kicks and deals. Popped high, but foul over by the first base side. That'll get out of play. Still 2-2. If you're just joining us, Andrew Van Cura here with you. The Tri-City ValleyCats, 10 runs on 10 hits, no errors. The Boulders, 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. Tri-City looking up to even this series as Walraven lines that one down the line and will get down fair for a base hit. It'll rattle up into the corner. Walraven rounds first. He'll stop at second. And the Boulders have themselves a runner on second with 2 away. A 2-out double for Tom Walraven. That'll bring up Chris Quitzer. So we've seen a few great hits by the Boulders, but very spread out. They've not been able to bring home anybody. The only run coming from the solo shot by Patrick Kivlahan. So far this evening, the Boulders have left 3 runners on base. We'll see if Quitzer can change that here. Came into the game batting .320 with 5 home runs and 35 RBIs, 0 for 2 tonight. Was presented earlier before the game with the Frontier League Player of the Week award. Was white hot over the last 8 games. Quick talk with Brack Warren from pitching coach Brooks Carey. As we do have some action up in that Tri-City bullpen as a right-hander warming. Can't quite make out the number. As if you haven't seen these Tri-City uniforms, there's an interesting detail about them. As Quitzer takes that one inside for a ball. Count 1-0. And now, my broadcast partner yesterday, Mark Ernay, said he's seen this before. I have never seen this. Where the numbers on the front and in the back are in 2 different colors. As Quitzer pops that one into right, heading over is Goldfarb. He will make the catch retreating back towards the track. Got a little caught up in the wind there and retire the side. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the 7th. Boulders trail the ValleyCats 10-1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Clean out that shop, stockroom, warehouse, garage, or demolition site and turn it into cash. Come to our new location in West Haverstraw.
Don't just throw it away. Bring it to Nelson Metals. Get personal attention for myself and my staff. We'll be unloaded, sorted, and pay you cash. Whether it be lunch money, mortgage money, I'll pay you cash.
Bring your copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and computers and turn it into cash at Nelson Metals.
And AM 1700 and WRCR.com.
Tonight's Did You Know is presented by Sohn Real Estate Corporation.
If you're looking for a quality education, Dominican College offers the benefits of a broad-based liberal arts education while developing the skills you'll need to advance your career through a variety of graduate and undergraduate degree programs. And because Dominican College is just a short drive to New York City, you'll enjoy easy access to all the outstanding cultural and educational resources of the city. For more info, call 866-4DC-INFO or visit dc.edu. That's dc.edu.
Major attention, please, for the Boulders. The following defensive changes. Staying in the game, batting second and playing left field, number 38.
Pitch change brought to you by CSEA. CSEA members, always essential. The Boulders go to the bullpen as the southpaw Mitchell Sanger, the big lefty, making his 21st appearance on the year. 1-1 on the season with a 4.66 ERA through 19 of the 3rd innings of work. He has 21 strikeouts to his name. He'll face the middle of the order for Tri-City. Aaron Altair, the cleanup hitter, the DH, set to lead things off. He is 1 for 3 on the day. He had an RBI ground out in his last at-bat, but back in the 3rd was the real story for him. An absolute moonshot over the WMC health sign. Moonshot might be the wrong term. That would imply a ton of height. He hit a missile right off the left center field railing, just above the wall, just got the height to get out. And the fence stopped it from rolling into the parking lot as Altair fouls that one off. Count draws even at 1-1. But again, that was to the deepest part of the ballpark. And that was the go-ahead, really the exclamation point run back in that big 4-run 3rd inning for the ValleyCats. So Sanger on to relieve Andy Hammond. This is a 1-1 count to the powerful Altair. Swings and misses at that one, count 1-2. Altair spent time in the major league, spent time with the Mets back in 2019. So definitely a former major league hitter with a major league hitter's eye and power as he flies that one to left center field. Coming in is Dennis, coming over is Kivlahan. It will be Dennis. He will make the catch for out number 1. Correction, that is not Kivlahan in left. We have some defensive changes. I'll run you through them right now. Garbella now in left. Quitzer in right. Garcia moves over to second. Woolraven is now at third, and Kivlahan is at first. So a completely different look for the Boulders defense. As up comes Juan Kelly. Takes that one for a strike. Count 0-1. So I'll run through it for you again in a second. New Boulders defense as Kelly swings and misses at that one. Count 0-2. Because it is a lot of changes. The entire defense outside of Dennis, McDermott, and DeLuca switched around as Kelly takes that one for a ball. Count 1-2. Sanger working from the stretch. He deals, just misses with that one. Correction, fouled off. Still 1-2. Did not even see Kelly swing the bat on that one as Sanger kicks and fires. That one's fouled back. Still 1-2. So let's run through this new Boulders defense again. Woolraven is now at third. Garbella is in left. Quitzer in right. Garcia at second. Kivlahan at first. McDermott, Dennis, and DeLuca stay put in short, center, and catcher respectively. Sanger misses outside with that one. Count draws even at 2-2. Here in the top of the seventh, Boulders trail the ValleyCats 10-1. It is just about 9 o'clock here in Pomona, New York. Wind with a gentle breeze towards the short porch in right. Grounded to short. Dives does McDermott, but he can't get it. It leaks into the outfield for a base hit. And Kelly is on with a 1-out single.
And now tonight's high hop pancake batter in the game, the right fielder, number 23, Jacob Goldfarb.
Let's bring up the right fielder, Jacob Goldfarb. Today's high hop pancake batter of the game. 1 for 3 with a home run back in the third. That one in the right center field, almost near where PK hit his. Be lefty on lefty here. Sanger versus Goldfarb.
That's a called strike one, and you're 2 away.
As Goldfarb takes that one for a strike. Count 0-1. My scorecard is fully altered now. I now have the correct defense in place. As Sanger fires that one outside for a ball. Count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Over at first base is Kelly. Sanger kicks and deals. Big swing and a miss by Goldfarb. Count 1-2. PA announcer Steve Balson leading the fans in the pancake chant. Clover Stadium wants some free pancakes. If Sanger can deliver a K here, the pitch. Fastball just misses outside. Count draws even at 2-2. Strikes, 2 balls, 1 out here in the top of the seventh. Runner on first for the ValleyCats. They lead the Boulders 10-1. Goldfarb lines that one down the right field line over by the Boulders bullpen. But it's a foul ball. Count stays even at 2-2. We got more action in the Boulders pen. They've got a righty up now. As I believe that is the right-hander Murphy Andrew getting loose for the Boulders. We saw him stretching earlier in the contest. He now appears to be throwing. Action continues in the Tri-City bullpen. As Goldfarb takes that one outside for a ball. Count goes full 3-2. 1 on, 1 out, full count. Here to the Tri-City right fielder as Sanger steps off. Quickly resets. Now he's ready. The 3-2. Lined into center field. Coming on is Dennis. He won't get there. It drops for a base hit. Kelly will stop at second. And Goldfarb's got himself his second hit of the ball game. He's got himself a single. So back-to-back singles for Tri-City.
The left fielder, number 7.
As out comes DeLuca to talk with Sanger. As no fans, we need to make another defensive correction. I believe that is now Jimmy Costin behind home plate doing the catching. As up steps the left fielder Lamar Briggs, he takes a strike, count 0-1. I thought it was Joe DeLuca still behind home plate, but I believe now looking at it, I think that is Jimmy Costin. The 1-1. Low, 2-1. Runners take their leads from first and second, respectively. One out here in the top of the seventh. Sanger misses with that one outside. Count goes 3-1. Center fielder Tanner Smith on deck. Murphy Andrew continues to warm up in the Boulders pen. He looks like he's ready. As Sanger fires a fastball, big swing and a miss. Count goes full 3-2. The 3-2. Outside, ball 4. And Briggs will trot to first, load him up. The bases will be full for Tri-City. Bases loaded, 1 out. And that'll bring up the center fielder Tanner Smith. He's 0 for 3 on the day, struck out swinging in his last at-bat.
Number 11, Tanner Smith.
Sanger kicks and deals the first pitch to Smith is outside for a ball, count 1-0. Boulders trail by 9. It's 10-1 ValleyCats. Sanger works from the belt, kicks and deals. Lined in the left field, base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to send around another runner. Here's the throw from Garbella. Not in time. Goldfarb will score. So it's a 2-run single for Tanner Smith. And it's a 12-run lead for the Tri-City ValleyCats here in the 7th. An offense that was held mostly docile outside of one bad inning for the Boulders defense yesterday in the 12-6 victory has exploded to their usual standards today with a 12-1 lead over the boys in blue. Sanger works from the belt, kicks and deals. It's the shortstop Paven Parks at the plate. He takes that one high for a ball, count 1-0. Briggs now at second. Smith over at first. Parks fouls off that one. Count draw is even at 1-1. Murphy Andrew is ready, it looks like, in the Boulders pen. Now taking only 1 throw per pitch. Completely flipped around Boulders defense and a completely flipped around script offensively from last night as Sanger fires that one high for a ball. Count 2-1. Game 3 of this home series will conclude tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pregame at 6:55 on the radio side. And after that, the Boulders will take a road weekend series to Ottawa as they continue to push for that final wildcard spot. They are currently looking up at the team they're playing right now, Tri-City, in the standings. They are 3.5 games out of a spot. Remember, in the Frontier League playoff scenario, as Parks fouls that one back, count still 2-2. You don't have to finish first in your division. You just have to finish in the top 3. Top 3 from the East and West make the Frontier League playoffs. Right now, the Quebec Capitals are in first. New Jersey and Tri-City are tied for second. The Boulders in fourth. As Sanger fires that one high for a ball. Count 3-2. Plenty of time left in this Boulders season. A little over 3 weeks for the Boulders to go on a run. And with a 3.5 game mountain to climb, as swing and a miss, Parks is down on strikes. 2 away now. Park swings and misses at that one. They retire him for the second time tonight. We'll go back to the top of the order. It's the second baseman, Cito Culver.
Number 6, Cito Culver.
I meant to finish this thought earlier, but I was interrupted by the third out. The Tri-City uniforms, these alternate black and red jerseys, have something that I have never seen on a baseball diamond before, and that is the numbers in two different colored fonts. You've got the numbers on the front of the jersey in red and the numbers on the back of the jersey in white. That is an interesting thing. I have never seen that before in a baseball jersey. Sanger sets, kicks, and deals. Breaking ball just missed outside. Count goes even at 1-1 to Cito Culver. Andrew Van Curie here with you in the CSEA broadcast booth. Boulders trail the ValleyCats 12-1 in the top of the 7th. Sanger kicks and fires. Lined hard, but foul over by the first base side. Count 1-2. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for the ValleyCats here in the top of the 7th. Mitchell Sanger, the Boulders' big southpaw, looking to escape this without any further damage. Sanger sets, kicks, and deals fouled back. Still 1-2. Culver, a former Boulder, played for New York back in 2019 when we were still in the Can-Am League. Brief stint. Was drafted by the Yankees, 32nd overall in the first round. As Sanger works from the belt, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will retire the side. But Tri-City strikes for 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. It's time for the 7th inning stretch presented by Manhattan College. Did you know Manhattan College is credited with creating the 7th inning stretch? Brother Jasper, then prefect of discipline, saw that the 2 teams were getting restless and called for a break and for everyone to get up and stretch. You can find out more at manhattan.edu for the whole story and more information about Manhattan College. Stretch time here at Clover Stadium will go to the bottom of the 7th on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Transportation.com. Ask about our special sign-on bonus. Starting salaries of more than $20 an hour and 401k plans with matching funds.
A great job as always, Boulder fans. Page your attention, please, for Tri-City. Now pitching, number 37, Coleman Huntley. Leading off for the Boulders, the second baseman, number 13, Gabriel Garcia.
Signing up the most people in the United States.
Back here at Clover Stadium, Gabe Garcia digging in for the Boulders as he takes a first pitch strike. Count 0-1. Boulders trail by 11 here in the bottom of the 7th. As Tri-City has taken a commanding lead. They added 2 more last inning as Garcia fouls that one back. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the ValleyCats. It's the righty Coleman Huntley. We'll get you his numbers shortly. Also get you a final line score on today's starters, now that they have both completed their outings. Huntley sets, kicks, and deals. The 0-2 just missed outside, count 1-2. Huntley, a right-hander, making his 17th appearance on the year, 1-1 with 4 saves to his name, a 2.38 ERA through 22 2/3 innings of work. He has 24 strikeouts to his name. Looking for number 25 here against Garcia. The pitch, low for a ball, count 2-2. Take Me Out to the Ballgame is presented by Montefiore Nyack Hospital, proud partner of the New York Boulders, teaming up academic medicine with the experts you know and trust. Here's the 2-2 to Garcia. Lined hard right off the pitcher, Huntley. Fielded not cleanly at short, so Garcia will reach with presumably an infield single. That was a rocket right back up the middle. Huntley got a piece of it. They'll probably take a quick look at him, but he appears to be okay.
The catcher, number 12, Joe DeLuca.
So a substitution made for the Boulders.
Pinch hitting for Joe DeLuca, number 3, Jimmy Custon.
As I mentioned, I believe, from what I saw last half inning, that Jimmy Costin had been subbed in defensively right under our nose. We almost didn't see it. As Huntley kicks and deals, fastball high for a ball, count 1-0. Jimmy Costin, the RCC product. And for his first at-bat of the game, takes a strike, count 1-1. Costin comes in batting .259 with 1 home run and 11 RBIs. Has not seen much action since the Boulders got their full lineup healthy. Again, with the returns of Matt McDermott and Austin Dennis, he and Giovanni Garbella have been regulated mostly to bench duty. As Costin takes that one outside for a ball, count 2-1. Costin has served as the team's backup catcher, and Joe DeLuca pretty much the entire season. RCC product has made an impression offensively a few times with the Boulders. Stepping up big as a DH as he swings through that one, count 2-2. Stepped up big as a DH when the Boulders were limited by injuries. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. Gabe Garcia takes his lead from first. Huntley sets, kicks, and deals. Costin takes that one low. Count goes full 3-2. So with the 11-run deficit, TJ Stanton calls upon the bench, sends out Garbella and Costin to see if they can spark a rally for the Boulders. The 3-2. Bounces past the catcher right in front of the plate. Ball 4. Costin will trot to first. Garcia will take a slow jog to second, so no risk of running on the pass ball there. So it'll be first and second for the Boulders with nobody out, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Matt McDermott. And the Boulders with an RBI chance here. McDermott 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a triple in his first at-bat. As he tries to trim down this 11-run lead that Tri-City has built up. No action in the ValleyCat bullpen. As Huntley sets, kicks, and deals. McDermott takes a strike. It looks like his elbow guard fell off. He will reattach that. Count 0-1. Murphy Andrew continuing to stretch out in the Boulders pen. Huntley working out of the stretch. Runners take their leads. He kicks and deals. And McDermott takes that one high. Count even at 1-1. Huntley a 3-pitch style pitcher. Fastball, slider, and a splitter. Played a few seasons in the Atlanta Braves organization. As McDermott grounds that one slow grounder to the third, but it will get foul. Count 1-2. Fastball for Huntley, I should say. No overwhelming velocity on it. Definitely an example of the modern pitcher working with that fastball-slider combo, working very north-south. Compared to pitchers of the past who used to work left to right or east-west, depending on your lingo. As the game has changed, we all know that the strikeout has become more prevalent, and pitchers have been going for strikeouts more instead of trying to induce softer contact. Huntley sets, kicks, and deals. McDermott fouls that one back, still 1-2.
Everybody clap your hands.
Garcia is at second, Costin is at first. As the Boulders attempt to chip away at this 11-run deficit. 12-1 Tri-City here in Game 2 of this 3-game home set. The Boulders took Game 1 yesterday, 12-6. As that ball gets past the catcher, the runners will advance a base on what is presumably a wild pitch. But we will see how it is scored. Andrew Van Cure coming to you live from the CSCA broadcast booth here in beautiful Pomona, New York at Clover Stadium. The Boulders trying to make that playoff push in the back half of this season. They're 3.5 games out of the final wild card spot. Looking up at the team, you see in front of you that they are playing the Tri-City ValleyCats. McDermott fouls that one back. Count stays even at 2-2. Mentioned New York 3.5 games back with plenty of season left. After this homestand that concludes tomorrow at 7 p.m., the Boulders will head to Ottawa for a 3-game road weekend trip. Then they'll be home for a 3-game set against Empire State. They'll travel to Quebec. Then a 6-game stretch, home versus Empire State, home versus Tri-City. A 3-game road set with Quebec, and then a 3-game home set with Jersey. McDermott grounds that one to short. Parks fires it on the first in time for the out. A run will score. It's 12-2 Tri-City. So the Boulders bring across their second run. And McDermott picks up an RBI on the fielder's choice. So the Boulders will cut this to a 10-run lead. That'll bring up the DH David Vinsky. Andrew Van Cure again coming to you live from the Palisades Credit Union press box. Boulders trail the ValleyCats by 10 now. They runner on third and 1 away. First pitch to Vinsky's in there for a strike, count 0-1. So Garcia scored. Costin moves now over to third. Gets his league. Huntley from the stretch, kicks and deals. Fastball in there for a strike, count 0-2 to Vinsky. The Boulders DH 0 for 2 on the day. Had 2 RBI singles in yesterday's contest. Huntley sets, kicks, and deals. Vinsky takes that one low for a ball. Count 1-2. Well, ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Huntley gets the sign. Here's the 1-2 to Vinsky. High for a ball. Count draws even at 2-2. Time called. The Boulders and Fidelis Care are teaming up to help feed Rockland's Hungry from August 4th through the 10th and the 22nd until the 26th. Donate non-perishable items in the collection bin located at the front desk within the luxury suite entrance, and you'll receive a ticket voucher for select 2023 home games. The proceeds benefit People to People, a great cause. As quick meeting on the mound, as pitching coach Brooks Carey goes out to talk with his right-hander Huntley. The meeting on the mound concludes, and David Vinsky re-enters the box with a 2-2 count and 1 away. No action in the Tri-City bullpen. So it is Huntley's game until otherwise. Working from the stretch. Here's the 2-2. Grounded to short once again. Costin will score. Parks can't make a throw to first. So we'll see how they rule it. It might be ruled an infield single for Vinsky. As the Boulders now trail by 9. It's 12-3 Tri-City. So the Boulders slowly chipping away at that deficit. They will give Vinsky a single and an RBI. We'll go back to the top of the order. It's the center fielder, Austin Dennis. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Flew out to right in his last at-bat. Spent most of the season on the IL with that wrist injury. Still has slight discomfort. Oh, heads up. First fastball way up. A little chin music towards Austin Dennis. So he has to dive out of the way of that one. Count 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 1 on for the Boulders. That's David Vinsky leading from first. They trail the Tri-City ValleyCats 12-3, a 9-run deficit New York's trying to overcome. Huntley sets, kicks, and deals. Dennis takes that one for a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Boulders still 7 outs to work with. Correction, 8 outs to work with. As they will attempt a 9-run comeback now. Although that sounds more feasible than the prior 11-run comeback, which is why you need to slowly chip away at these big leads. You can't get it all back in 1 inning. You need to get it manageable. As Huntley kicks and deals, Dennis takes that one low. Count goes 3-1. So a hitter's count for Dennis. Giovanni Garbella waits on deck. Huntley kicks and deals. Vinsky goes. Dennis fouls that one back off the sweets. Count goes full 3-2. TJ Stanton always aggressive with his runners on the base path, sending Vinsky there. And with a full count and 1 away, I would not be shocked if he sent him again. Kelly not holding Vinsky on, getting himself a big lead. So a single will probably move him up to third. The pitch. Fouled over by the first base side. Gets out of play by the concourse. Still 3-2. Vinsky did not go on that one. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Holman Huntley sets, kicks and deals. Vinsky goes. Dennis swings and fouls that one back off the netting. Still 3-2.
Everybody clap your hands.
So we reach 9:25 here on the 9th of August in Pomona, New York. Boulders trail the ValleyCats 12-3 here at Clover Stadium. Andrew Van Kira here with you in the CSEA broadcast booth. As Huntley sets, kicks and deals. Vinsky goes. Grounded over towards second, fielded by Culver. He fires on the first in time to retire Dennis for out number 2. So 4-3 fielder's choice there. We'll see if they give Vinsky any credit on the base path. I would assume not.
The left fielder, number 38, Giovanni Garbella.
So Vinsky at second with 2 away. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Giovanni Garbella. Didn't start this game. He pinched hit for Tucker Nathans in the last frame. Excuse me. Plate umpire Joe Cruz wants the pitch clock reset. It is. Huntley sets at the belt. Kicks and deals. Garbella fouls that one over the sweets. Count 0-1. Garbella 0 for 1 so far with a strikeout. Came in batting .234 with 8 home runs and 43 RBIs on the season. Was a regular everyday starter before the return of Austin Dennis. As that one's in there for a strike. Count 0-2 now. Two strikes, 2 outs, runner on second for the Boulders. They trail by 9 to the ValleyCats. Huntley sets, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will retire the side. But the Boulders add 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the top of the 8th. The Boulders trail the ValleyCats 12-3 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Are you thinking about saving for your child or grandchild's higher education? Learn more about New York's 529 College Savings Program at nysaves.org. And now for tonight's trivia question, let's send it to Paloma.
Hey, Boulders fans, I'm here
Bring
with...
out the fire in you by joining Spring Valley Hook and Ladder
All right,
Company
are you guys ready
#1.
for your question?
Learn how to volunteer and
All right,
become
they're ready.
one
Let's
of
see
us.
tonight's question.
Call the Fire Training Center at 845-364-8800. 364-8800.
A, basketball, B, track and field, C, beach volleyball, or D, archery. What do you guys think?
Like that same shirt
D?
or
They say D?
or
And you guys are correct. Congratulations. You guys get free tickets. Hope to see you again. And let's go, Boulders!
there's no minimum contribution. And you can use your savings at thousands of colleges. Save now and save today later at nysafe.org.
If you're looking for a quality education, Dominican College offers the benefits of a broad-based liberal arts education while developing the skills you'll need to advance your career through a variety of graduate and undergraduate degree programs. And because Dominican College is just a short drive to New York City, you'll enjoy easy access to all the outstanding cultural and educational resources of the city.
For the Boulders, now pitching number 40,
DC-info.
Murphy Andrew.
That's dc.edu.
Also
Dominican College,
defensive
Orangeburg, New
for the
York.
Boulders.
Achievement every day.
Staying in the game, batting 7th, and now catching number 3, Jimmy Costin.
It's Pitch and Change brought to you by CSEA. CSEA members, always essential. New man on the mound for the Boulders. It's the right-hander Murphy Andrew making his second appearance on the year for the red, white, and usually blue. Or I should say, I'm sorry, the usually red, white, and blue. Today, just the white and blue. As we get a look at the Boulders defense now, Costin now behind the plate, Kivlahan at first, Garcia over at second, McDermott still at short, Woolraven at third, Garbella in left, Dennis in center, and Quitzer over in right. 2-3-4 due up for the visiting ValleyCats. They lead 12-3. It's the catcher Oscar Campos. Andrew kicks and deals, fires that one high for a ball count, 1-0. Andrew made his debut on August 5th versus Trois Rivières. As righty kicks and deals, grounder over to Woolraven at third. He throws on the run, a little grounder fielded by Kivlahan off the base. He runs over and tags it in time for the first out. Now we're going to the third baseman, Ian Walters. Flew out to center in his last at-bat.
Ian Walters.
1 for 3 on the day with a double. As mentioned, Murphy Andrew made his debut against Trois Rivières. He allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, both of them earned. As he's quickly ahead of Walters here, count 0-1. Andrew kicks and deals. That one's fouled back over the Sweets, count 0-2. Get to the out-of-town scoreboard presented by Sonesta Select Mawa, the official team hotel of the New York Boulders. Andrew at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball high, count 1-2. Andrew back working from the belt, working quickly out of the stretch. Kicks and deals. That one's fouled back. Count still 1-2. And up here in the booth, Andrew Vancura. Coming to you live from the CSA broadcast booth. CSEA members always essential. Andrew working from the belt. Kicks and deals. Popped high but foul over the Sweet. Still 1-2. For Andrew, the 26-year-old right-hander out of the Dominican Republic. Spent a few years in the Red Sox organization. Kicks and fires. That one is flared out into shallow center. Coming on is Dennis. He will make the catch for out number 2. We'll bring up the DH, Aaron Altair. He's 1 for 4 on the day, but that one was a big 3-run home run 410 feet, just right of the power alley in left center. Andrew working from the stretch, quickly kicks and deals. Fastball high for a ball, count 1-0. As Costin goes and talks to Andrew, let's go take a look at that out-of-town scoreboard presented by Mawa. That's the Select Mawa, excuse me. Trois Rivières knocked off Empire State 7-6 earlier today in Game 1 of their doubleheader. They lead 4-0 over Empire State in Game 2. In the top of the 6th, the Ottawa Titans lead the Sussex County Miners 8-4 in the top of the 9th. Quebec knocked off New Jersey to take sole lead of the Eastern Division today, 13-9. The Windy City Thunderbolts lead the Evansville Otters 11-2 in the bottom of the 7th. The Florence Yalls lead the Gateway Grizzlies 7-2 as Altair swings and misses at that one, count even at 1-1. That Yalls Grizzlies game in the top of the 5th. The Washington Wild Things lead the Lake Erie Crushers 12-4 in the bottom of the 9th, and the Joliet Slammers lead the Schaumburg Boomers 7-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Altair, big hack at that one, count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no one on. For Tri-City, they lead the Boulders 12-3 here in the top of the 8th. Murphy Andrews sets at the belt. Looking to work a 1-2-3 scoreless inning here. Kicks and fires. Fastball up by the face, but misses inside. Count 2-2. Andrew working at the belt. Kicks and deals. Fastball called, strike 3, and that will retire the side. So 1-2-3 goes Tri-City. Here in the top of the 8th, we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Boulders trail the Tri-City ValleyCats 12-3 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
All right, fans, it's time for tonight's 50-50 winning number 10501 10501. If that's your number, congratulations. You're tonight's 50-50 winner.
From right here in Roslyn County. That's the morning show with Jeff and Will, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on WRCR at AM 1700 and WRCR.com.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors. Are you organ donor? What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States.
Now she's a powerful force for good.
That's my goal.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
With Emerald Medicare, Boulders Baseball isn't the only place you can hit a home run. We're on first.
Your attention, please, for Tri-City. Now pitching, number 5, Blake Workman.
All the way home, ensuring all your benefits match your health needs and budget. From first base to home plate, licensed agent Mark Brownstein and his team are here to educate and guide you through all of your Medicare needs. Call your local Medicare specialist today at 845-358-1220. 358-1220.
Tonight's game is coming to you live from the CSEA broadcast booth. CSEA members always essential. Andrew Van Curie here with you. A pitching change for the Tri-City ValleyCats. It's now the right-hander Blake Workman on for his 10th appearance of the season. He is 2-0 with 1 save to his name, 18 in the third innings pitched, and a 0.49 ERA. 3, 4, 5 due up for the Boulders. Patrick Kivlahan, Tom Walraven, Chris Quitzer. PK now manning first base for the last few innings. Takes that one high from Workman, count 1-0. Kivlahan 1 for 2 in today's contest. Walked back in the first, hit a solo home run in the third, and struck out in the 6th. Workman kicks and deals. Kivlahan chopper grounder the short. Parks Fields fires and gets Kivlahan for out number 1. That'll bring up the third baseman, Tom Walraven. Started the game in right.
The third baseman, number 1, Tom Walraven.
First pitch to Walraven is high. More chin music. Count 1-0. Boulders trail the ValleyCats by 9. They trail them in the standings by 3.5 games. Out of that playoff spot. Inside and up once again. Count 2-0. Workman better be careful here. 2 balls, no strikes. He went up and into Walraven twice in a row. Righty kicks and deals. Walraven fouls that one off. Over by the Boulders dugout. Count 2-1. And to me, that honestly looked inside. Almost a defensive swing from Tom Walraven. And I think home-plate umpire Joe Cruz is going to kick some dirt off the plate. Thinking Workman is having a hard time finding the zone. Workman gets the sign, working from the belt. Kicks and deals. Big swing and a miss by Walraven. Count draws even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Boulders trail by 9. Workman sets, kicks and deals. Fastball missed outside, count 3-2. Workman, a 4-pitch pitcher, a fastball, changeup, slider, and a curveball. Fastball sits in the low to mid-90s as Walraven fouls that one back off the netting, count 3-2. Workman at the belt. Kicks and deals. The payoff pitch. Walraven flies that one out into shallow center. Coming on is Smith. He will settle under it and make the catch for out number 2. So no one on and 2 away for the Boulders here in the bottom of the 8th. They are running out of outs, but in steps the 2022 RBI champ and the Frontier League Player of the Week, the first baseman to start the game, now the right fielder, Chris Quitzer. Quitzer 0 for 3 on the day. Flew out to his opposite number in his last at-bat as he takes strike 1. Workman working quickly. At the belt, kicks and deals. Quitzer lines that one in the left field, but right at Briggs, who will make the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Boulders in the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. The Boulders trail the ValleyCats 12-3 on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
Tonight's Small Business of the Game is brought to you by Clover. Attention small business owners, add Clover to your team as your best utility player. Easily accept payments, track inventory, engage with loyal customers, and so much more. Tonight's Small Business of the Game is Wallhour Paint and Hardware. The New York State Stop DWI program is available in all counties and provides local programs to meet the goals of reducing alcohol and drug-related driving injuries and fatalities. These include education for school and community groups, support for victims, training for professionals, videos, tools, and resources.
Top of the 9th here in Pomona, New York. Andrew Van Cura here with you. The Boulders trail the ValleyCats by 9. It's 12-3 Tri-City. As Murphy Andrew back to work for the Boulders here in the ninth. It'll be the first baseman, Juan Kelly, who swings and misses at that one, count 0-1. After the final pitch, stay with us on the radio side for the Boulders postgame show presented by New York's 529 plan. Are you thinking about saving for your child or grandchild's higher education? What about New York's 529 college savings program at nysaves.org? Andrew takes his time, awaits the sign from Costa, and he gets something he likes. Kicks and deals. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Count 0-2. 5, 6, 7 due up for Tri-City. Kelly, Goldfarb, and Briggs. Andrew at the belt. Kicks and deals. Fastball high for a ball. Count 1-2. Well, we've seen a lot of interesting baseball this evening. Andy Hammond pitching the most innings of his season in a single outing, going 6 full. Get you his final line score along with all the others as Murphy deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Kelly down on strikes. He's not happy about it, but Murphy Andrews has his 4th consecutive out. I bring up the right fielder Jacob Goldfarb, the IHOP pancake batter of the game. Lefty right fielder is 2 for 4 with a solo home run and a single to his card as Andrew kicks and deals. That one's fouled back into the glove of Costin. Count 0-1. Final line for the Boulders pitchers. Andy Hammond, 6 innings, 10 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned, 2 walks to 3 strikeouts. Andrew kicks and deals. Fastball high for a ball, count even at 1-1. Mitchell Sanger came on in relief, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk, and 2 Ks. Murphy Andrew on for his 2nd inning of work. Obviously, his line not done yet. The right-hander fires that one low for a ball. Count 2-1. Final line for the Tri-City pitchers. Brack Warren started off the game with 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. As Andrew fires that one high for a ball, count 3-1. Coleman Huntley came in on relief. 1 inning pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Blake Workman just pitched the previous frame. 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. That one's grounded to McDermott at short. Take his time, field and fire to first. I believe it was actually fouled off. It looks like no, it was not fouled off. Goldfarb just didn't really leave the box. So a ground out to McDermott for the 2nd out. I'll bring up the left fielder, Lamar Briggs. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a walk. Singled way back in the 2nd. As he swings and misses at that fastball, count 0-1. Murphy Andrew has retired 5 straight, looking to make it a even 6. And worked 2 1-2-3 scoreless innings as Andrew kicks and deals. Fastball high for a ball, count 1-1. Plenty of velocity has Murphy Andrew. Has reached up to almost 98 this season. The righty kicks and deals. Swing and a miss by Briggs. Count goes 1-2. Andrew 1 strike away from keeping this deficit right where it is for the Boulders in the home 9th. In the home 9th, the Boulders will bring up Garcia, Costin, and McDermott as they will attempt a 9-run rally. Try to keep Tri-City from evening up the series. Andrew kicks and deals. That one's fouled back off the netting. Count 1-2. Boulders took game 1 of this homestand. They won 12-6, propelled by 2 3-run home runs by Patrick Kivlahan, but a different story tonight. All offense has been generated, mostly at least, outside of the 3 runs by the visiting ValleyCats as Briggs swings and misses at that one, strike 3, and that will retire the side. So 2 straight 1-2-3 innings for the ValleyCats. Last licks for the good guys will go to the bottom of the 9th on the Boulders Broadcast Network, powered by Orange and Rockland's electric vehicle program.
drivers. Want to learn more? Call Chestnut Ridge today at 845-356-2200 or visit chestnutridgetransportation.com. Ask about our special sign-on bonus, starting salaries of more than $20 an hour, and 401k plans with matching funds. That's 845-356-2200. Retirees are always welcome.
If you're looking for a quality education, Dominican College offers the benefits of a broad-based liberal arts education while developing the skills you'll need to advance your career through a variety of graduate and undergraduate degree programs. And because Dominican College is just a short drive to New York City, you'll enjoy easy access to all the outstanding homeschool and educational resources of the city. For more info, call 866-4DC-INFO or visit dc.edu. That's dc.edu.
Leading off for the Boulders, the second baseman, number 13, Gabriel Garcia.
Gabriel Garcia digs in, set the lead off the bottom of the ninth, the last chance for the Boulders here in the contest. They trail the ValleyCats by 9. Blake Workman back out for his second inning of work. Will attempt to shut the door and secure the ValleyCats a win and ensure a rubber match for Game 3 tomorrow as Workman fires that one high for a ball. Count 1-0. Tomorrow's broadcast, 7 p.m. start time, 6:55 pregame here on the radio side. As Workman sets, kicks, and deals big hack by Garcia, but he comes up empty. Count draws even at 1-1. Andrew Van Cura with you, coming to you live from the CSEA broadcast booth inside the Palisades Credit Union press box. Boulders entered tonight 3.5 games out of a playoff spot, chasing these Tri-City ValleyCats, who sit tied with the New Jersey Jackals for second in the East. The Boulders need at least third to get a playoff berth. The 2-1. High for a ball, 3-1. Garcia, Costin, McDermott. As that one plunked him. After a lot of up and in pitches, a Boulder finally gets plunked. Garcia is not happy, but he peacefully walks to first. So the Boulders have themselves a leadoff base runner, and that'll bring up the catcher, Jimmy Costin. Workman from the belt, kicks and deals. First pitch in there for a strike, count 0-1. Costin walked and came around to score in his first at-bat. Came in midway through the game for Joe DeLuca. Garcia goes. He'll steal second easily, no throw, as Costin takes strike 2. So a stolen base for Garcia. Workman at the belt, kicks and deals. Fouled over the sweet, still 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here in the bottom of the ninth, the Boulders trail by 9. Ground ball to second. Culver Fields throws it on the first in time. And they'll set down Costin for out number 1. Garcia moves up to third. That'll bring up the shortstop, Matt McDermott. 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI ground out in his last at-bat. He tripled back in the second and worked a walk in the 5th. Workman sets, kicks, and deals. McDermott, big hack, but he comes up empty. Count 0-1. The DH, David Vinsky, waits on deck. Garcia leads from third. Workman kicks and deals. McDermott fouls that one over the sweets. Count 0-2. Again, game 3 of this 3-game home set. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pregame at 6:55 on the radio side. That'll wrap up this home set. Then the Boulders will head to Ottawa for a 3-game weekend set against the Titans. Workman at the belt. Kicks and deals. Grounded over to short. Parks Fields fires on the first. In time to get McDermott. Garcia will score. So, copy-paste from McDermott's last at-bat. An RBI ground out to short. Scoring Garcia. It's 12-4 ValleyCats. And with the bases empty and 2 outs, that'll bring up the DH David Vinsky, as the Boulders will now attempt an 8-run, 2-out rally. Not impossible, but not what you would call common either. Workman gets the sign, kicks and deals. The first pitch to Vinsky is fouled back off the sweets, count 0-1. Workman at the belt, kicks and deals. Vinsky takes that one in for a strike, count 0-2. So the Boulders are down to their final strike. Workman sets the 0-2 to Vinsky. High for a ball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Workman at the belt. Kicks and deals. Called strike 3, and that will end this one. The Boulders drop game 2 of this 3-game homestand, 12-4 against the Tri-City ValleyCats. For those of you on the Flow side, as just mentioned, the Boulders drop game 2, 12-4. Winning pitcher, Brack Warren. Losing pitcher, Andy Hammond. No save necessary. A 12-4 victory. Final line score, Tri-City ValleyCats 12 runs on 13 hits, no errors. The Boulders 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. For those of you on the Flow side, thank you very much for joining us. Andrew Van Cura saying good night. We will see you hopefully tomorrow for game 3 of this set. 7 o'clock first pitch. 6:55 pregame on the radio side. Thank you all very much for watching with us on the Flow side. We will hope to see you next time. Boulders drop game 2, 12-4. But for those of you on the radio side, the postgame show was presented by New York's 529 plan. Are you thinking about saving for your child or grandchild's higher education? Learn about New York's 529 college savings program at nysaves.org. Tonight's final line score is presented by Berard & Associates. Berard & Associates, certified public accountants. Once again, for the Tri-City ValleyCats, 12 runs on 13 hits, no errors. The Boulders, 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. They lose by 8 here in Game 2. An offensive explosion for the Tri-City ValleyCats. The player of the game presented by New York's 529 College Savings Program. Well, it's going to be from the ValleyCats side. Had to look a little bit and do some work to figure out who exactly deserved the honors. I'm going to give it to the starter, Brack Warren. He went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, only 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. Gave a great starting performance for his Tri-City ValleyCats. He was the tipping point in this one, and he is tonight's 529 player of the game. Now time for the Montefiore Einstein play of the game. This was hard. There were not a lot of defensive highlights in this one, but one I will make is back in the 6th inning, Oscar Campos hit a flare out into right field in absolute no man's land, and Tucker Nathans ranged all the way from the second base side well out into right field, making a sliding catch, falling over while doing so, but securing it for a key out to secure the first 1-2-3 inning of the night for the Boulders. The drive of the game is presented by Chestnut Ridge Transportation. Want to earn extra money while helping the community? Chestnut Ridge Transportation has openings in Rockland County for school bus and van drivers. Will train qualified applicants for their CDL license. Call today at 845-356-2200. $28 per hour with a 30-hour guarantee and sign-on bonus. While there were 2 that stand head and shoulders above the rest in terms of home runs. 1 for the Boulders, 1 for the ValleyCats. The one for the Boulders, a solo shot into right center field by Patrick Kivlahan, hit almost exactly